over the last 2 weeks that in this side would probably make it a good contest. Norwood will have to be at their best. Central's maybe a little bit below. So if I was to tip, unbiased, I'd say Central.
Well, Scotty won't be biased at all. What's your prediction, Scott?
I think Norwood will win.
By
a
couple?
Doesn't matter how many. I just
as long as they win. And Ando?
Central's by 3, Big Wills.
Okay, here we go. Start of the game too. Looking forward to it. You look around the ground, some great names there too. Guerra's up there. Can see Brett James, a dual premiership player for the Adelaide Crows. And good to see Robert back. Last time I saw him play, Robbie, he played one of the great games of the season.
Oh, unbelievable.
Umpire tosses up. Scholar goes up with Robert, brings it down to ground. She's coming through hard. The Norwood player couldn't grab hold of it. But the Central player gets grabbed hold quickly. A couple dive on top of him, bounce down right in the centre. Conditions not bad too, considering the rain we've had throughout the afternoon. Slade, the last man to get up there. Umpire now chucks it up again. You won't see too many bounces tonight. Gee, bit of ugly pushing and shoving there. Slade got it out beautifully too. The hurry kick goes up from Arnott up towards centre half forward. Out they come. Centrals now have it at half forward. A late withdrawal, Scotty Doreen. Free kick, umpire seen. He's going to go Norwood's way. He's going to come back and Brett James will take it. In fact, it's not going to be. It's going to be Dawes.
Dawes has got the ball at the true centre-half back position. He's got Tyson providing the lead. That's the way the ball goes. On his left, Dawes, do you mind? Up goes Tyson. Couldn't take the mark. Healy's on him. He's infringed. Slapped him around the head. Free kick to Tyson. He's got Jolly in the midfield. Ignores him. He's got Hobby short. Make that Jolly short. He's taken the mark centre wing grandstand side. McLean provides the lead, doubles back, Daniels runs down, now he goes inside the 50, up goes McLean with his big stretching arms, Clements comes through with a crumb, should have taken it cleanly, didn't, Hayes got the ball, dishes out to Hereda, fighting Hereda gets tackled by 4, ball up, 40 out, directly in front of Central Norwood's goal.
And Matthew Slade looks like he's in a bit of trouble, got hit pretty heavily by young Michael Hobby, a nice little bump, but he's in a bit of strife.
Tough customer too is young Slade. Central's defence under all sorts of pressure. McLean bends down, tries to pick it up, umpire seen a free kick, go the doggies' way, and Tim Davis, the former North Adelaide boy, would take it deep in defence. Was in the wilderness for a while, out of league footy for 2 or 3 years. Can play though, nice productive kick. We'll look for a Raider. Can't take the mark, spills over the back. Redlegs go hard after it too. This occasion, it's a young fellow in Nitschke. Haven't seen him play before, Rowie. It was on the outer side. He's going to come back. Already seen 2 or 3 quick free kicks, Ando, so the umpire's right on top of it.
Yeah, they probably understand that's going to be a pretty tough, ruling close sort of game, so they're going to be right on top of it early.
Ask Scotty shortly what young Nitschke's like. Haven't seen him play before. The hurry kick on the outer side, McLean and Davis. Could have been a free kick there to the Redlegs. And the umpire says it will be too. I thought he was interfered with McLean. Kicking half out from goal. Puts it up towards centre half forward. Not a great kick. Healy comes in and takes a very good mark. He's flanked by Hereda. Hereda now is going to play a loose out here at half back, so the doggies a real chance to go forward. It's Cochran, the son of Richard Cochran. Now to Steinburner. Hurry, kick up towards centre half forward. Jolly, bit of pushing and shoving. Also Graham. Neither can take it. Oh, great handball. Comes out the back towards Vidic. Now to Clements. Just bangs it on the left boot. Hobby's got 2 to beat. Arnott comes through. Now the backup comes in the form of Tyson. A hurry kick to centre half forward. Loose ball. Davis has to meet it. Does so. Go, a shocking handball though. Gave his teammate no chance at all. Carslake to Ahmed. Inside 50. Nord a shot on goal. Good kick. Great kick. First score of the afternoon or the evening on the Sky City scoreboard. Well done to Ahmed. And a mistake by the doggies. And Nord really made them pay. Nord won straight. Central's yet to score. Scotty, pretty good movement there.
Yeah, great work there by the boys. Put a bit of pressure on Tim Davis there. Probably a bit bad handball. Probably shouldn't have given it up.
Shocking handball. You're being nice to him, I think.
But it's good to see Robbie Armat starting well as the bit goes on behind play.
Bit of push and shove, Wilson there, and I think a free kick's going to come out. It has too. So the ball hasn't even come back, Wills, and there's a free kick directly in front of goal. I think it's going to come out to Guerra on Dawes, 40 out directly in front. Well, that was interesting stuff. Slade's come off, he's injured. Cochran on, and the ball's in the hands of Guerra. Been in great form recently, dropped from Port this week. Guerra comes in, on his left, he won't miss that, he hasn't, bang! The quick reply before the ball even got back into the centre. 1 straight goal apiece, Sky City scoreboard, Endo.
Well, it was getting a bit heavy there at the centre half, or central centre half forward. It looked like Benjamin Wilson gave the free kick away, and to put 6 points on, or even actually give a free kick away at that stage was bad football.
And for Mannix Air Conditioning, we believe that Jason McCartney on the ground ground lead.
He is. He's gone straight to the forward line. David hasn't had a touch yet, but the Tigers still leading by 4 points, 4-2-26. The Kangaroos 3-4-22.
Bit of drama here too, so that goal against the tie there to Guerra, and he's a danger man too, playing centre-half forward all on his own there at the moment. Can kick a ball a country mile. Back in the centre, Scholar and Robin. Robin was like a rover then, got it out of the air, then kicked to himself to the outer side. Coming in his little Vidic. He's got a big heart for a little bloke. Can't get hold of it. The doggies now working up towards half forward on the outer side there is Coulter. And Coulter watches the ball go over the line and out of bounds. Josh Coulter. Another player I haven't seen too much, but great to see some young names coming through the ranks of both Norwood and Central District. It's 1 goal apiece, Sky City scoreboard. Richmond are 4-2, the Kangaroos 3-2 in Melbourne. Ball gets tossed back in, just beats Arnott. Bit of pacey on the outer side was Clements. Goes off the ground, not a great kick, and it goes out of bounds on the full Centrals to bring it back into play.
Well, it's 1 straight goal apiece, Sky City scoreboard. We've been playing 5 minutes first quarter. The quick kick comes out to Steinburner. Steinburner now runs through half-back, pumps it onto his leg. Patfull's out there with Herrera. Good contest, that one. Good spoil. Patfull butters up again. The crumbs fall spree around his body on his right was the young fellow in Orphendorf. Is that how we're going to pronounce that? Offenheider. Orphendorf. He pumps it forward. Good footer by Thomas. Great stuff. See, I told you I'd have trouble with that. Vidic now centering grandstand side. Gets tackled by Cochrane. Good handball out by Mackenzie. Off now to young Tyson. Tyson throws it on his feet. Armac sees it over line. Boundary throw in. Scotty Borlase.
Bit on again behind play. Turning into it's been a fiery start already. It's good to see both teams going in really hard and at the ball and at the body.
Off to Hyde.
6 points apiece.
Dorfer.
Good game. No love lost between these two teams. There's a couple of names. I think it is off the Hyde. But we'll try and get that right before the game finishes.
I've got to apologise to his folks.
It was the real orphan. He gave it the real sort of orphan.
I tried to get that Finnish, Spanish.
Sounded great. Just didn't come out right. 1 goal apiece, Norwood and Centrals. Conditions are very, very good. As I said, when you look at the day we've had today in Adelaide, it really is a blessing for both teams. He's coming through there. Guerra kicked the goal, was strong. Clements hurried hands there. Finds Carslake a high ball up towards Robbie Neal. Can't quite stretch there and reach it. The defence of Central District up to it. Swatala now bends down, picks it up. He's caught in the back pocket. Brings it back into play somewhat dangerously. Davis takes it on the half volley, and that's what it was. No mark paid. On the outer side there is Chris Gowns. He can't do much with it. And that umpire, that little umpire, races in quick with the legs pumping as we go round the grounds for Mannix Air Conditioning.
And a goal to Anthony Stevens. The Kangaroos in front for the first time. 4-4-28, leading Richmond 4-2-26.
Up go the big men. Hobby out the back of the pack. Tries to handball out. Carslake gets up-headed. Scholar now, the big fella, runs on it. Good handball. Frees to Svitalia. He gets it, gives it back now. Healy around his body on his left leg. Pumps it forward. In there's Dawes. Gee, couldn't get a good crumb on the ground to Carslake. Gee, that's a loose handball, but luck's of fortune. Comes out to Bartamucci. He gives it to Tyson. Tyson can unload inside 50. Puts it up high. The big men send himself up. They go back of the pack. Couldn't take the mark. Ahmed on hands and knees. Can't get it. Herrera. Gee, he's a great defender. Chain of handballs with Svitalia, and away they go, Central.
And they do. Up towards the outer side. Guerra's got a couple to beat. Harassing him there was young Dawes and also Robin. The ball goes out of play.
Fantastic quick movement of the ball, and both sides are really setting themselves up out of the back lines with fantastic quick handballs, and terrific game so far.
Starting to agree with Stephen Rowe. A lot of long sleeve jumpers out there for the Central boys as rain starts to fall. Light rain. We thought we might have seen the end of that. And a few of the crowd there scurrying for cover, and the breeze also picking up on the outer side, going straight across the ground, favouring neither end.
Well, 11 players of the 18 for Centrals on the field have long sleeve jumpers. You read into that what you like.
Don't see too much of that. We'll see who wins the game. That's the most important thing. James on the outer side works it up towards full forward. Off the Hyde comes out. Also Robbie Neal there. Young Thomas in there gets pushed around, does a full 360. Off the Hyde, off the ground again. McLean picks it up. Hurry kick forward now, not a bad one to the head of the square. It's all Centrals at the moment, but coming in late, the big fist came from behind towards the boundary line. It might go to bounds, I think it has. Out of bounds, left full forward pocket, and the rain gets a bit heavy. The ball's going to be very slippery.
It's going to be very slippery now, and I was just saying about those nice, clean, quick handballs. I don't know about those so much anymore, and the winds come as well.
Norwood missing some key players. Scotty Borlase sitting with us up here, Johnny Cunningham. Also Scott Doreen, who's been in scintillating form. So the Dogs deep in defence now. Try and clear. James Gowns is there. Also young Patfull, very impressed with him the other week. Saw him play 100 goals with an under-17s, Rowie.
Yeah, back in 2001 he kicked 100 goals for us guys. He's on the rookie list along with Scotty Borlace, our special comments man now with Port, so it's a great call as the rain is really teeming.
I reckon it's coming off the South Pole. It's all of a sudden the temperatures certainly dropped. The rain very heavy now, and it won't take long to make this ground a bit of a quagmire. It was underwater earlier today, so we're told by our producer and Cam Thompson. A shocking kick straight across the face, a goal. That's a horrible kick. Is that Robbie Neal?
Robbie Neal, yep.
So Neal, who is a thumping kick, it's going to make him easy to pick up, Rowie. That is absolutely teeming down here at the Norwood Oval.
Well, it's that thick, Ando. You can't see the opposite end of the ground. No, we're sitting in the western stand. You can't see the Norwood High School primary.
So here we go. Robbie Neal will need to be good kick. The ball getting heavier. He's a thumping kick normally. Comes off the boot, okay. Might get the carry. Almost a mark. It is a mark. McLean. The big fellas put up their hands and it's stuck right at the head of the square. He's only got about 2 metres out. Angle shouldn't be all that tight, although the umpire now pushing him round. Good mark there, Scotty.
Great mark, Andrew McLean. He came back into the side for the first time this year last week and really showed what he can do, and it's good to see him starting well against tonight.
Some gave him best on ground last week.
Comes in and he has kicked the goal, I think. Central's saying it hit the post, but he's kicked the goal, and a very important one. The Rangers now slacking off a little bit. Norwood go to 2 straight goals. Central's won as we go round the grounds for Mannix Air Conditioning.
Goal for goal at the Telstra Dome. The Kangaroos still leading by 2 points, 5-4-34. Richmond 5-2-32.
Any goal now, Wando, we look at the rain when you look up at the towers. It's absolutely bucketing down.
It was probably a really poor time to actually try to switch play when the rain was coming down like it was. And, you couldn't pick out Robbie Neal at probably a true centre-half forward for Norwood as well as he did, actually.
I didn't see him.
Actually, you're right, I didn't see him either. He just split the two Centrals players.
Back in the centre of the ground, it's Norwood by 6 points into a slight breeze. Bartamucci pumps it onto his leg, ball inside 50. Up goes McLean. He's taken another chest mark in front of Davies. That's a good, a little bit of a mismatch there.
He's a wet weather player, this fella.
Wet weather footy. Well, he's from Tasmania.
He loves the cold.
He's from Tasmania. McLean too far out to score. The wind has picked up. The rain has come in. That southerly is just howling. I can't see the players from Theanicum. In he comes, McLean anyway, on his boot, puts it up the head of the square. Up they go! Front of the pack, taking the mark. I can't pick him up yet because of the rain.
Benny McEntee.
And it's McEntee, thanks Scotty Borlace. McEntee, edge of the goal square, takes a chest mark.
Got younger guys.
The value of playing in front, wet weather footy. Scotty Borlace.
Yeah, again, a guy coming back into the side. Benny McEntee broke his thumb a few weeks ago, but just showed the value of playing in front there, took the mark on his chest.
13-minute mark of the first quarter. The rain is pelting down here. McEntee comes in, the former Bay boy. He puts it straight through the middle. So good start to Norwood. 3 straight goals, 18. And Central's 1 goal, 6 on the Sky City scoreboard, and that was a gimme goal to Guerra at the other end because of a free kick. And Ando, that is a good start by the legs.
Well, it has been a good start, and just talking to Scotty, that to get 2 goals in these conditions, I mean, the rain is just pelting down. The wind has really picked up, and Norwood to score those 2 goals in the last couple of minutes, it is a great start for the club.
And for the people who said to get in, you can't get down to the ground, maybe might be best to do a U-turn and go home again because it's absolutely cold and wet here. And full marks to the people that have braved the elements and come to hopefully see a great game. But Norwood out of the blocks early. Very, very good start. Central's under some sort of pressure. Good gutsy effort there. Players diving in. Vidic in there as well. James on the outer. Gowan's in there. The 2 Gowans boys combine okay. The hurry kick up towards centre-half forward. Bello beats him. Out comes Graham. Does well. Finds Guerra, who kicked their only goal. Big kick up towards full forward. The wind got hold of that. It's going to slide out of bounds. Wilson last man to see it go over the line. Left full forward pocket.
Scotty, I think James is running with Chris Gowans, or when he swaps, and I think Clements is running with James Gowan. Is that how you see it? Like when they swap on the ball, those 2 guys are manning them up?
Yeah, it seems to be the way it's happening at the moment. Both guys are dangerous, so whoever's on them is going to have to be really accountable.
Heavy conditions as Norwood weren't prepared to concede a point. They did pretty well as the ball slides and slivers across the very slippery ground and goes out of bounds this time right half forward. Central's going towards the parade end. And the breeze, well, it's just dropped a little bit, but I reckon the temperature's also dropped about 10 degrees. About -5 at the moment. Ball gets chucked in. Central's under pressure again. Dawes did okay. Players just try and get their boot in, take it off the ground. Gowans in it, does well. finds Healy's normally a thumping kick, goes towards a vacant goal square. Might go the way, it has. The ball bounced end over end and away from the clutching fingers there of the Norwood defence. Another goal to Centrals. So goal for goal, the Redlegs lead 3 goals to 2 goals as we go around the grounds for Mannix Air Conditioning.
10 minutes gone at the Telstra Dome. A goal to David King. The Kangaroos extend their lead to 8 points. They're 6-4-40, Richmond 5-2-32.
Well, Tyson probably got caught in a bit then. They gave Healy probably a couple of metres and just start off the play, and Central's getting the ball out from that throw in.
You've got to stick with him, don't you? Just
yeah,
go
you
with
do
him.
with Healy.
Can't let him go loose.
He's a tremendous player, and a couple of bounces and straight through, Rowie.
Spot on, Ando. The margin 6 points. Norwood's way. Up goes Scholar. Taps it down. James Gowan's in there. Carslake throws it on his boot. Marco Bellows in there. Doors as well. The ball jars free. Guerra's been moved into the centre on his left. He's a thumping kick, the man child. Throws it on his boot. Out comes and taking the mark is Hobby. Hobby now. Gee, got called to play on underneath.
Hey, dropped it in the end,
Hill.
fell
He's
out.
got one high free kick. Geez, he's hard and at it, isn't he? Young Michael Hobby was from Port Magpies, wasn't he?
Yeah, played 70s. His father was a great Port Adelaide player and a reserve coach for many, many years.
Boundary throw in now. Up goes Nicholas, can't get it. Ball's at the back of the pack. The quick kick by Cochrane. Ball goes foot. Up goes James Gowan and takes an absolute screamer. Is it Graham? Is it? No, Graham. 30 metres out. Make that 25 directly in front. Graham. What a fantastic grab.
Normally a defender too, isn't he? He's playing centre-half forward.
Well, he played in defence. Scotty, Central Districts go to that 20 metres out directly in front absolutely religiously, don't they? I'd love to know the stats and the goals they kick from there. I'll get you to comment on that as Graham goes back, puts it through. So it's 3 goals apiece on the Sky City scoreboard. Scores locked away, 18 a score. And Scotty, that's a pretty even call, isn't it?
It's something that was talked about last night in the meeting, that they always religiously go to that spot. It's just interesting to see that they've got guys queuing up there. Where were the Norwood blokes at that stage?
Good fight back by the Doggies too, and Quinton Graham is a great mark. Any mark tonight is a good mark, no doubt about that.
Well, that was a pearler. In the conditions, that was a pearler.
Kangaroos 7-4, Tigers 5-2 across the border. Bounce down against Central to go forward again through James Gowans. Works it up towards centre-half forward. No one can take the mark. Cochrane there. Ground level gets shoved to the ground. It's a slippery football at the moment. Coming in was Chris Gowans. Goes hard at it. Chance now for Cochrane to get it forward. Coulter runs onto it. Can go up the ground. He's got a player in the pocket in Healy. Healy can pick it up. Trying to close him down. Daniels. Free kick though. Clumsy tackle. No need to do that. Play on goes on, but it's going to come back, and Healy is a left footer. And a very good kick, Ando. You give him a fair chance, even though he's tucked away in that pocket.
He is a terrific player, and in the last couple of seasons he's been just outstanding. And it'll be interesting to see what he actually does here, whether he puts it to the top of the square or actually has a shot.
Back himself in,
I reckon they're going to move Tyson off him there, yeah.
It runs around and he's hooked it back, but he might have hooked it out of bounds. Yep, wasn't a great result. So still no minor scores. Sky City scoreboard, Norwood and Central's locked away at the 18-minute mark in the first quarter.
Is Tyson the man for Healy? I think there should be a move there. I really just don't think he's got the discipline to run with him. Healy just
tag him,
very damaging.
Well, they look for Healy because he's their captain, and to give him 2 or 3 metres, you're going to get caught out.
I think he's got to get our best stopper at least, just get someone on him. The big kick by Wilson on the outer side, it goes up goes Nicholas, taps it to the ground. This is where they need the crummers. Bartamucci throws it on his boot. Playing in front, Vidic, either a free kick or a mark. No free kick coming up, I says, give it to me, ball up out of side. Well, it must have been a little half volley there, Scotty.
Yeah, just bounced in front of him, Rowie. Vidic was in front like he should be, but just bounced in front of him. And
3 goals apiece, Sky City scoreboard. 20 minutes gone, first quarter. Up goes Nicholas, taps it down. Carslake overruns it. Marco Bello in there close. Good soccer off the ground, Guerra. And it's gone out of play on the full. And the free kick will come out to young Nitschke.
Scotty, I reckon you'd tower over that umpire. You would look like a giant if you stood next to him. The smallest umpire I've ever seen.
Young Luke Nitschke in his 5th game, puts it up long. Scholar sets himself in front. Back of the pack, Armat couldn't get it. Steinburner wraps up him. Ball comes out the back. This is where Centrals are good. The run off the half back line. Stacks on the mill, and I think there's going to be a free kick to young Davis. Now that's the value of being front and square, in front, bottom of the pack, and that's where you get the free kicks.
Guerra loves these conditions. A 55-metre kick back towards centre-half forward. Good mark, though.
That was courage.
So the young fella, as we said, haven't called him too often, but very good mark. Out down towards Brett James. Why wouldn't you go to him? James now standing start. Good vision. Hooked it back towards Wilson. There's got a bit of time and space. Brings the grandstand side to centre wing. Pack set themselves. Patfull goes up straight through the hands. Not easy to take a mark now. At ground level is Todd deliberately. Or did that slip? Well, the umpire said chuck it in. That was young Thomas. Paul Thomas was great to look. Or did it slip out of the hands?
I reckon it was pretty much over the boundary line, Wills, but these conditions, who knows, Scotty?
Pretty ball, they saying deliberate. I reckon it might have been too. Ball gets thrown back in. Carslake runs onto it. Healy again's been prominent early. It's a jumper hill, but the ball gets kicked up towards half forward dangerously now. Bending down now. Is it Graham again? No, it's Coulter. Coulter at the 50. Little clever kick in there. Kick was a beauty. Could have gone towards the head of the square, and Graham's got it. They kicked their last goal. 45 out. Fairly tight angle. Tucked away in that right full forward pocket. Any score will put the doggies in front. Goes short, kicks to the man on the mark. Unbelievable. He kicked to his man on the mark in Jolly. Don't see that too often. Rick Davies, Tim Evans a few years ago, but well, other sort of mistakes you will make tonight. Not easy conditions. Very slippery. The rain ceased. The kick from Jolly back towards Scholar. Thumps it to ground. Bartamucci gets a hurry kick. McLean, who's taken a couple of great marks, just throws Healy out of the pack. Try to create a pass for Armat. And Armat went without the footy. Bellows in there. Big tackle applied. Bounce down. Centre wing on the member side.
Well, very close at the moment, Rolly. Both sides have really settled down well into the game. Pressure's still incredible. Fantastic.
3 goals apiece. Up goes Scholar in the centre of the ground. In and under there's Carslake. Bellow wraps him up. Umpire should ball up and does. 3 goals apiece. 18. Sky City scoreboard. Let's go around the grounds for Mannix Air Conditioning.
Second goal to Andrew Crackeroe. Tigers now trail by 1 goal. The Kangaroos 7-4-46. Richmond 6-4-40.
Job well done, Leaf. Go around the grounds all day. Tap on by McLean to Tyson. On half-forward flank. Needs to keep his feet. Now he gets wrapped up. Guerra's in there. He's either dropped it or holding the man. Holding the man.
Jeez.
Well, I reckon he dropped that, Scotty.
Yeah, probably took possession of the ball and dropped it and threw the arms up, but the umpire was probably blindsided and awarded the free kick for holding the man.
Premiership player for the Crows in 98. James Tyson now. He's got the big fella on the lead. McEntee ignores him. Real crowded forward line. Needed to really get the ball in quick.
See another one that played 2 premierships in 2 weeks.
Exactly right. Tyson now pumps the ball forward. Jeez, it's gone far too far. Hay overruns it, coming in there and doing some good work. Switalia around his body on his left, out of play. Boundary throw in underneath the scoreboard as Robin comes off and Robin goes on. Nicholas comes off.
No, 97 actually.
Was it 97 or 98?
The Norwood and the Crows.
Okay, so you James played that,
James,
didn't he?
and also with the big Keating.
Yeah, there's a couple that did play. 2 in 2
I think
weeks.
Tyson was 98.
98.
Yeah.
Well done there, Ando. Just threw that one out to see if you're listening. 7-4 apiece in Melbourne. Another goal to Richmond, so what a thriller there, and a lot of action. Also plenty of action here. Scores locked away here. They're locked away in Melbourne. 3 goals apiece. Norwood and Centrals. 23 minutes gone first quarter. Norwood have it at centre half forward.
Scotty, what do you think about the start? You thought it was going to be pretty even, sort of 25-minute mark of the first quarter?
Yeah, it's probably a case of both teams going really hard and just sort of get a feel for the game, and I think it's settling down into what's going to be a really good game now.
Hobby got tackled by 3 dogs then. And 3-dog night. Coming in there was Davis, and a bounce down again, this time 35 out from goal. The umpire chucks it up. They won't bounce it tonight. Norwood a real chance. Armat could have won a free kick. Central's desperate in defence. Not pretty football as players go to ground again. Bounce down, this time 25 out from goal.
Not often you give the umpires credit, but I think they've been outstanding this quarter. They're just letting the game go, just paying the real, the real fierce free kicks, not the ticky-touch football.
Good old-fashioned 5AA football. Local footy is its best in very trying conditions. Steinburner bends down, picks it up, races away. He's got plenty of pace. On the left boot, kicks it out towards Guerra, who started very well. A terrific mark on the outer side by Brent Guerra. Guerra on his chest, between his half-back and wing. Looks to go into the corridor. They do this with real discipline. Steinburner now takes and breaks from his half-back. A big, long, penetrating 50-metre kick to no one in particular, but there's a free kick off the play. I think it was Graham got into the back of Hobby, and it's a free kick. Sorry, Jolly. Gee, play just got dicked there, too. Play went down to... Well, he's got up maybe with young James, or not Brett James. No, what happened there? Okay, there you go. Jolly now on his leg goes forward. Gee, that's a great mark by Cars.
Happy with it.
Clements on the outer side wing. Gee, Clements now, he goes forward. Good work, good spoil by Patfull. The crumb almost there by Dawes. It's going close to going out of play, and it does now. Boundary thrown underneath the scoreboard. It's 3 straight goals apiece, 18 on the Sky City scoreboard. 25 minutes gone. first quarter.
Did Bartamucci fall over or did he get hit, Ando?
I think he actually fell over.
He got up pretty quickly.
Because there wasn't too many Centrals players around, but Scotty, you're having a bit of a laugh. You think you might have got it belted then.
Norwood, laughing at your teammates. Here's a chance now for Tyson. Inside 50, Norwood might get another goal. Great kick, Tyson! Terrific kick. Came off the boot beautifully. Covered 45 metres on the left foot, and Norwood kicked the vital goal to go to a 6-point lead. 4 straight Centrals, 3 straight Sky City scoreboard.
I was actually watching that Healy-Tyson match-up just at the moment, and I noticed Healy got goal side of Tyson, which is what I was thinking was quite good, but it didn't matter in the end. He got out the back to Tyson and he's nailed it on the left.
1 goal apiece. You take that, Scotty, that match-up. Healy on Tyson, so both coaches just letting them go blow for blow. 4 goals straight Norwood. Centrals 3 for 18. The margin is 6 points, 25 minutes gone. First quarter. Up goes the big fella Scholar. He's good in the centre square. Bellow soccers it off the ground. Guerra overruns it. James Gowans now's got it. Gee, he got tackled by James, and that's got to be a free kick for an elbow. Fair square into the chops, and that's the way the umpire saw it. Oh no, he wants a ball up. Geez, I read too much into that one.
Well, you read
ball
a fair
up outside 50. Central District's end, up goes Robin, slapped on by James Gowans. Playing in front was Hobby. He gets ridden into the ground like a horse. Brett James now kicks it. I think that's going to be a throw. It is the bottom of the pack. Young Jolly threw it out, and the free kick's going to come out. Gee, they've had some lucky free kicks, haven't they?
They just watching Centrals, they hit that spot, just behind the centre-half forward area. It is a very dangerous spot. Now we just had the ball up right in that particular area. The free kicks.
Guerra's I think we're going to go to Graham, and Guerra said, "Hang on, I'm a bit a longer kick than you. Give it to me."
And it's a straight kick, 45 minutes out from goal.
Well, he pretty much got the first goal of the game for Centrals from this exact spot. So in he comes, Guerra, who's already got one drop from Port Adelaide. And he comes on his left. He doesn't normally miss these. He's given it a hell of a thump, a high knee lift. It took the left-hand post, and that's the first minor score of the day. 3-1-19 Centrals. Norwood 4 straight, 24. The margin now 5 points. Sky City scoreboard.
Norwood just giving away a couple of free kicks dangerously here. Turn to the pocket. Guerra's been in everything. He's played a super game. Shot on goal. This time out of bounds on the full. So he's got the trifecta. He's kicked the goal. He's kicked the point. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full. But he's looming to be a dangerous player. Someone have to man up on him, Ando.
Well, I think so. I mean, he's a class player, and
he'll love the conditions.
He'll love these conditions, and he is hitting that spot at centre-half forward just time and time again. I think they really need to tighten up on Guerra.
5AA footy, local footy there. Scotty Borlace and Greg Anderson, our special comments. Graham tried to take the hanger from behind. Won't get many of those tonight. He took one earlier. Very good marks. We approach quarter time. The Redlecks lead by 5 points. Let's go around the grounds for Mannix Air Conditioning.
Yes, and a score, David, to the Kangaroos. They behind. They lead 7-5-47. Richmond 7-4-46.
A very tight game over there in Melbourne too. The Kangaroos by a point. Gowans tries to break his way through. Bellow now has a look on goal. Left foot, a neat little kick. It spears across the face of goal. And the umpire says chuck it in right full forward pocket. Central's the last 5 minutes have had it locked in their forward 50.
They get forward of the pack, don't they, Scotty, those little fellas?
They certainly do. You've got to be aware of that, the Norwood guys tonight, otherwise they'll kill you.
Umpire throws it back in. Cowans goes up, does the ruck. Look off the ground. Graham! Sensational goal! Unbelievable goal. Graham's got 2. Just hacked that out of the air. Didn't play a glove on it. Got the boot on it. And it sailed through half-post size. Central's now lead by a point. Well into time on 4-1. Norwood to 4 goals, Central's by the slenderest of margins, and what a goal, Endo.
Well, in these conditions, when you're only 25 metres out, why pick it up, have a just a sock off the ground? I think that's about Central's 4th or 5th off the ground.
You're right, Ando. Like Healy did that little scrubber around the body kick out of the pack. You had Guerra got that free kick directly in front and got it, and then that one straight through the high diddle. So 1 point the margin into time on. Up go the big fellas. Scholar has been good. Hacks it off the ground. Coming off his line is Healy. In there's Tyson. Good football, Tyson. Throws it on his body. That's what you want to do in wet weather football. Patchell runs out of it. Steinberner's in there. Neil tackles him. Good football. The ball jar's free. Quick kick forward. Coming out, almost taking the mark, was young Arnott. Couldn't get it in. There's Cochrane out of play. Boundary throw in. Member side wing. We'll have a boundary throw in. 4 straight Norwood. Central's 4-1. The margin's 1 point. Sky City scoreboard.
Goal to the Kangaroos, 8-5 to 7-4 in the Mannix, for Mannix Air Conditioning. So the Kangaroos just slender lead.
Up Up goes Scholar again on the half-forward flank. Tyson now gets a shepherd by Bartamucci, keeps his head down over the ball. In there's Vidic. He's a good little in and under type of player. Tries to jar it free. Quick kick now comes out from Arnott. Arnott throws it forward. Going back with courage was Nitsky. Clements is in there. Healy as well, centre of the ground. Running on top of Healy was Vidic. The ball jars out to Cochrane. Throws it onto his boot. Great footy, Coulter. They're hitting it hard. James Gowns to Bello. Marco Bello. Geez, he's kicked it right in the back of the head of Chris Gowns. Really knocked him clean unconscious. Where is in there? Caught high. Another free kick on the 50. He's going to have his third shot at goal in exactly the same spot.
Best on ground, I think, Ware at the moment. He's just killing him. Killing him. I'd like to see his stats.
I think they've moved Clements onto him now, have they, Scotty?
Yeah, it looks like. I think Dawes was on him originally, but now Clemo's been moved on to.
The man they call Manshog. God, can he get a ball through the hoof of the ball? Up it goes into the goal square, almost goes through, gone through for a point.
But Scotty, they've worked very hard for now 4 goals too. Norwood, when they've gone past their 50 into their 50, look so much cleaner.
Yeah, they're scrapping it forward, Central. In the last 5 minutes, I suppose, they have done all the attacking, which has been a bit of a problem for Norwood.
Not pretty football, but certainly pretty effective. The big kick in clears the defensive 50. At ground level was Dawes, picked it up, then falls over. Runs into a brick wall in the form of Healy. Players slipping and sliding at the moment. The hurry kick came from Rodburn. A clever kick in the end. Took it out of a tight situation. It wobbled 3 or 4 bounces out of play. Centre wing. Almost full time first quarter. 4-2 to 4 goals. Central's by 2 points. Long quarter too. Time clock saying 30 minutes. Kangaroos 8-5, Richmond 7-4. Update that score shortly. Scholar to McLean. Flicks it over the back to Hobby. He's caught quickly. Going in hard is Vidic. Oh, had the head pulled off. Could have been a high tackle, little fella. More like a jockey than a footballer, but he's got a big heart. And he throws the ball back to the umpire. Little Vidic.
Quarter, isn't it?
Remember, he took on Big Richardson in a final a couple of years ago. Come with the biggest haymaker you've ever seen. But it connected. Richard be dead. Carslake now, free kick to Norwood. Time running out. Now James has run down on his own. Someone's got to pick him up. Scholar's gone down to try and man up. Siren sounded. It won't matter. Carslake will not kick the ball 100 metres. In fact, he kicked it about 10 back towards his opposition. Good quarter of footy. Central's lead 4-2. The Redlegs 4 straight. The quarter went 32 minutes. Goal scores for the Doggies. Quinton Graham's been good. A terrific goal the last one. He's kicked 2. Singles to Brent Guerra. He's kicked 1 goal too, and Daniel Healy a goal. For Nord, Armat, Robbie Neal, McEntee and James Tyson. Great game of footy. We'll take a break and come back to the second quarter shortly. It's Central District 4-2. Norwood 4 straight. This is 5AA footy.
Around the ground.
About the umpires, they did do a good job that first quarter. For a game that's going to be scrappy, they did do a good job.
Little Slade, he's got that corky. I reckon he won't be coming back.
But he was in all sorts of trouble.
Cold night,
yep.
You get a knock there and doesn't look too good. But you would have played against him a few times, Scotty. He's a fairly quick, in and under sort of player.
Very tough opponent. Sort of guy that can turn a game on its head with just his explosive pace.
Okay, start of the second quarter. We had a great first quarter. Rain has stopped. Let's hope it stays away and comes back another day as the Dogs now try to go forward through James Gowns. Off the ground he goes, covers about 5 or 6 metres. The ball gets shoveled clear, only as far as Brett James. Picks it up quickly, hurries it back towards the centre. The contest there from Arnott. He's tackled by Nitsky and a bounce down at centre wing.
A bit of a mismatch. Sainsbury's come on for Centrals and Wilson's had to go on him, Scotty. You'd want to make a move there, wouldn't you? Sainsbury, a real whippy little player.
Yeah, Willow's been taking the tall defenders, so there's probably a bit of a mismatch, and Norwood will probably address that soon, I would think.
Bartamucci now, although these conditions are probably not quite as important as a normal dry day with the height's an advantage. McLean now comes out. In pursuit of him is Curry. Curry and McLean. McLean flips over. Curry right on top of him. Should be a ball up. The ball's going nowhere. The umpire gave him plenty of chance to get rid of it. And finally comes in, blows the whistle, will bounce on the other side.
Well, it's Central's by 2 points early in the second quarter. The breeze has dropped off, so not favouring either end. If anything, across the ground. Up it goes. Out comes Carslake. Gee, he gets tackled by Scholar. Gee, he does a good job for a big fella. Dives back on the ball. Very Matthew Primus-like. And that is good footy by the big fella, isn't it?
Oh, fantastic. It's just so tight at the moment. The last, probably 2 minutes. It's been, 4 or 5 ball-ups already this quarter.
Up goes Scholar again. Bello tries to sock it off the ground. Healy forward of the pack, which we're customary to see. Soccer's off the ground as well. Daniels, good football. In there also was young Coulter. Gets it on the boot now. Oh, it's gone out of play. Boundary thrown on the outer side.
Robbie, you look at Scholar's dimension. He's 6'9". He's a big man. You said he's the best ruckman going around.
He certainly is. He just, he protects the players as well. He just brings it to the ball down in front and protects.
Ball not going forward very quickly. Tough conditions he experienced at the Norwood Oval, but very heavy underfoot, but the rain stopped. James again, another handball. He's had plenty of that. Always gets plenty of the football. The doggies now try and work their way forward. Tackling being a feature. Bello does a sidestep. Little tango, look really good too. As the dogs now go forward, hurry kick up forward, slides and slithers over the line. Another point there off target, 4-3. So the lead by that 3 points, 4-3 to 4 goals on the Northern Plumbing Supply scoreboard. Hendo.
Yeah, it was a bit wet underfoot there for, I think it was Chris Garns, normally that'd be his bread and butter, but slipped just as he went to kick that one.
7 scoring shots to 4, so Central's just gaining the ascendancy. Up goes Quinton Graham, brings it to ground. Good discipline, fist came from behind. And we're just under a bit of pressure there. Bending down, Carslake tries to put his body on the line. And a bounce down this time, 45 out from goal. What do you reckon, Scotty? Any worrying signs for Redlegs?
Yeah, interesting matchup up forward with Daniels on Coulter. Daniels probably showed just before that he's probably got the body strength, but Coulter's probably got the pace, but that'll be an interesting one to have a look at.
I think Scholar did pretty well against Robin. In fact, Robin hasn't had a big effect tonight. Last time Robbie you saw him in these conditions absolutely dominated.
I think he had something like 20 kicks, 15 marks and 15 handballs. He was absolutely unbelievable. Ball up inside 50 for Centrals. They lead by 3. Big spoil by Hop Jolly. Over the back of the pack is Bello. It's Cochrane. He gets upended. Carslake's done some heavy work. He grabs the ball, gets rock and rolled as well. Over the line. Boundary throw-in on the half-forward flank for Centrals on the western side. It's Norwood 4 straight goals. Centrals 4-3. They lead by 3 points on the Northern Plumbing Suppliers scoreboard. Big boundary throw-in. Up goes Scholar again. Back of the pack is Dawes. Needs to show some speed. Does. Kicks his head over the ball. Gee, that was almost holding the ball.
Push.
Or it's a push in the back and it's come his way. Isn't he?
Goal too high, I reckon, early, Rowley. That was a high tackle.
James Gowan gives away the free kick. Dawes now has been sensational for Norwood over a number of years. Played 75 games now. The former Ross Trevor got pulled to play on now. Handballs to Clements. Troy Clements, gee, good in a tight angle. Throws it on his boot. A mongrel kick. McLean comes out. Good work by Curry. Takes it. This is inside to Chris Gowans. Chris Gowans throws it on his boot with discipline. Up they go. The big fella Sainsbury couldn't get it. Back of the pack. Sainsbury now. Now it's Guerra around his body point. He has been in everything. He's had about 8 kicks and he's kicked 2 goal 1. 4 goal 4, 28 Centrals. Norwood 4 straight, 24. Margin 4 on the Northern Plumbing Supply scoreboard.
1-3 now to Guerra. Also 1 out of the full, but he's had plenty of the footy. 4-4, so Centrals, some poor kicking, but well done by Curry to keep that ball in play. Looked like it was going to go out for sure. Centrals just closing down the Redlegs, free-flowing the kick from Jolly to the outer side. Up goes Coulter, brings it to ground. Robin on all fours, can't do much with it. Umpire waves play to go on, and it does now. Chance for Healy, runs the lines, gets tackled, or does he? Karzak tries to bring him down, slips out a handball to Bello. Now to James Gowans, around the body, sliding ball again. Cut off right on the last line. So Norwood under some real pressure. Jolly to the outer side. Kick pretty good towards Tyson. Takes it on the second attempt, puts up a high ball to centre half back. Hobby has to go. Graham again. What a mark. You can see that from a long way away. Quinton Graham, second great mark today. Bounds away from Hobby. Runs just inside 50. Backs himself in. A long kick towards full forward. Bounces. Beats Wilson. Beats Jolly. Goes through from behind. 4-5 peppering the goals, the doggies. Norwood 4 straight, Northern Plumbing Supply scoreboard.
Graham's catching the ball tonight like it's a dry day. He's making it look very easy.
He's doing a fantastic job. Jolly now kicks it in. Graham flies to the back of the pack again, tries to get his footwork off the ground. Dawes, Sockers off the ground. Coming out is Vidic. See, front and square. Good football. Handball out now by Arnott over the top of Coulter's head. Good football in there also by Daniels. Gives it up now. On the rebound there is young Dawes. He throws it onto his boot. Halfback flank. They're stumbling around. Curry's the one for Central. Throws it on his boot. Out of play. Out of side wing. Boundary throwing.
End of the worrying side for North. They've barely had it forward to centre this quarter. It's been all the dogs.
I think it's been once so far this quarter, but it was, they probably need to start kicking the ball off the ground just a little bit more than they are. They've just tried it then. Now it's nearly into their forward line, so they've just got to get the ball moving forward.
6-minute mark of the second quarter. Margin 5 points Central's way. Boundary throw in. Robin taps it. Jolly on the bottom of the pack. We've got another ball up. That wind's died right off, Ando.
Yeah, the wind and the rain. It was unbelievable that first quarter, but certainly better conditions now.
Up they go, Scholar. Healy again gives it back, fighting Herrera, throws it onto his boot. Playing in front is Nitsky. He puts it on his boot, out of bounds on the full. So it's gone bang, bang, bang like a pinball, and now they're going to get the relieving kick, Centrals.
Bit warmer conditions. Icebergs have melted as Centrals now go back into Steinburner. Love watching him play. Very, very quick leg speed. Goes to Swatala now. Got off the hider out wide. Oh, dangerously somewhat. This Bartamucci could close him down, doesn't. And off the hider takes the mark deep in the fence. Number 41 for the Dogs. Kicks up towards Big Scholar. Conditions don't suit the big fella. All 6'9" of him. Armit tries to provide a shepherd. Steinburner again running hard at both ends of the ground. Kicks up towards half forward. Graham comes out like a 100-metre sprinter. He's been impressive at centre half forward. But not even he could get the ball before it goes out of bounds 50 metres out from the Doggies' goal.
He's had a great day. An absolutely enormous day.
Richmond leading by a point at half-time at Telstra Dome. 8-6 to 8-5. Jason McCartney yet to touch the footy. Dawes, great smother. Cochran did pretty well. The Nitschke comes in. Been impressed with him too. Applies a tackle on Chris Gowans. Ends up now with Bartamucci. Sidestep, pirouette. But Healy somehow got hold of the footy. Unbelievable skills. Then tossed it away. Could have gone for holding the ball. And players dive on top of the yellow footy. Free kick though to Norwood. See what for Dawes, who's been in everything, finds James, and away go the Redlegs.
Freddie James now throws it onto his boot. Bartamucci takes the mark on the half-back flank. Centrals by 5 points. They've had it inside their 54 times this quarter. And Norwood yet to have one. Robrin now in the centre square. Goes long up the boundary line. Looks for Tyson. Couldn't get it. Steinburner. That was great closing speed. Good football. Handballs over the play. We've got a boundary throw in on the outer side as Turner comes on. And that's got to be delivered. It is. Good pressure by Tyson. Scotty Borlase.
Yeah, great pressure by Tyson.
Tyson now throws the ball up. The big men fly. Good ball from behind. Gee, that was great stuff.
Just so disciplined, Roll.
Very disciplined football. Healy again on his left. Gee, he's a fair footballer. Throws it onto his boot. Daniels taps it to himself. Nitschke now will run onto it on the half-back flank. Dawes with courage. He got caught high. No free kick. Ball up. That's holding the cherry. Poor old Dawes, the only boy going for it, holding the nut underneath the old scoreboard. That's got to be stiff, Wills.
Yeah, it was stiff, but Central's got the footy.
Out they go. Graham now pumps it in forward. Up goes the big fella Sainsbury. Couldn't get it. Crumbing onto the ground. Gets it now himself. Free kick. I think it's going to come to Clements for too high.
Umpiring just dropped a bit. We gave him a rap in the first quarter. Just dropped the cog, I reckon. It's still
play on. Turn it to James. James, the captain, the skipper, puts it up high. Hay sits under it. McEntie's in there as well. McLean taps it. That's good footy. Vidic overruns it. Jolly done. He gets caught high by Hay. And free kick. Centering grandstand side right in front of our 5 AFL commentary position for Adelaide's Channel 7. Margin 5. Away they go.
Hobby to half forward. Robbie Neal pushed under the ball by off the height. It could have been a free kick. The crowd thought it might have been. Healy's been everything. Sockers it about 30 metres across the ground. Harada, one of the oldest players on the ground, bends down, picks it up. Central's only have 3 players with over 100 games experience, which is surprising considering they've been a dominant force in the last few years. And the ball goes out of bounds, out of side. 29 plays, 24. The Doggies by 5 points.
It's a real arm wrestle, and only 3 points scored this quarter, 10 minutes gone.
Haven't won against Norwood for almost a couple of years. The Redlegs have really had the wood on them. And yet Norwood have had trouble beating Sturt, so it's amazing how footy goes. The cycles, umpire races in again to take control.
It has got a bit of that arm wrestle. I thought earlier on this quarter, Central seemed to take, certainly have the initiative, but it just seems to be a real arm wrestle at the moment. It'd be interesting to see what happens with the side that gets the next goal.
Well, Central's defence have been up to the task. They've been very disciplined, as Ando said before. Lachlan Turner in there, falls over at the crucial moment. Healy again. He's leading from the front. Patfull tries to bring him down. Gowans, a centre free kick. Going to go Norwood's way. Oh, and a big fist came from James Gowans. And a free kick. So the umpire saw that. He's not going to take any rubbish. If that had connected, the young lad would have lost his head. You see that big punch throw? Hey, I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. That was a big fist, and the umpire's taking none of that. So Norwood a real chance to go after hardly having an entry into their forward 50 this quarter. There's it Nitschke on the outer side. What's his background, Scotty?
He's from the Hills.
Confident, Scotty.
No, he's from the Hills. It's only about his 5th game. Played in the under-17s a couple of years ago. An enormous talent.
Nitschke now, important kick. I tell you what, he's made him pay. And Roy Laird will not be happy with James Gowans. He might be coming off. In fact, he is. Undisciplined stuff there from the Central District midfielder. In fact, a couple of changes being made. He might stay on now, but undisciplined Ando, and that gave away a goal. He's out of range beforehand.
Yeah, Central's been working so hard and so disciplined, and it was probably the first chink in the armour, really. And for one of the more experienced players of the Central sides, you just don't expect that. And gave a goal, shot at goals, 35 metres out right in front.
Well, as a coach, you love seeing that. Scholar, the big ruckman, sprinted off 100 miles an hour, and on goes Cowans. In there's big fella in Robin, taps it out onto the neck as Arnott couldn't get it now. A loose handball by Hobby. Gives it back to Robin. Robin to Dawes, so Dawes is doing a tagging job in the centre. Throws it onto his feet, but Steinbrenner's pace just chops it off, takes the mark, breaks on his right. Great skills, and the mark's been taken on that outer side. That was just sensational football.
It's like the Roadrunner, isn't it?
Absolutely unbelievable. Centrals now, they drive it forward, they pump it long, they trail by 1 point. 10 minutes gone into this second quarter. Running onto it and diving onto the ball. That is great footy on hands and knees. Was that jolly? And we've got a ball up right inside 50 for Centrals. Gee, that was good footy, good desperate footy. And gee, don't they run the ball out of the back half really well?
Been great, yeah.
Just grabbed the ball on his arm, just tucked it under roll, just like a bit like you back in the Crows days. And
oh, yeah, I'd be dreaming. 1 point. Norwood, the ball goes up, down it goes. Gee, that lone fella Hobby on the bottom of the pack just got held. In there's Clements, does a lot of the heavy work. Ball jars free out the back. Pretty James handballs now to Jolly. Jolly runs onto it, soccering off the ground. It's gone out of play. Look at a boundary throwing on the outer side. So it's Norwood 5 straight 30. Unbelievable scoreline. Central's 4-5-29. Northern Plumbing Supplies scoreboard, they lead by 1 Wilds.
Great kicking by the Redlegs, 5 straight. A tight game in Melbourne. Half-time, the Tigers lead the Kangaroos by a point. And it's a point the margin here too with the home side in front. Playing the outer side right in front of the scoreboard. It's been there a long while, that old scoreboard. The Cooper scoreboard on the outer side. The boundary umpire's going to toss it back in. 9 scoring shots to 5, yet Central's trail. They've missed a couple you'd expect to kick. And, well, perhaps they should be in front. Bello, Little Rover did the ruck work. Daniel straight towards the boundary line. It's going to go out of bounds again. Once again, tight. Not pretty football, but both teams having to go in there.
well, that's right. It's not pretty footy, but the courage certainly shown by all players on the ground at the moment. That's why it's just bottled up. Players are just prepared to put their body on the line. Fantastic.
Guerra has dropped out of the game. Clements just tightened up on him. As Cowans goes up to do the ruck work, Brett James kicks smothered by Guerra, the man we just spoke about. In there again, Guerra got the handball out, did pretty well too. Arnott now, 45 out from goal, goes towards a vacant goal and has gone straight through. No one back there for the Redlegs to cut it off. It only went through about knee height, but a goal to Central District. They snaffled back that lead and they go to 5 goals, 5-5-35. Not to 5 goals. You can hear the Centrals chant, all the Centrals faithful out there on the hill, and that's on the Northern Plumbing Supplies.
Scott, it was just interesting to see their goal once again. They try to work that ball, even though it was sort of on the flank through that centre corridor, and have a shot from goal from that area.
Yep, disciplined play by Centrals, and again you saw the numbers running forward.
As we see young Joel Patfield come off, and the young fella Tamlin goes on back into the cellar. The big quick kick out by Bello. The mark's been taken by Tyson, throws it onto his boot. Robbie Neal at centre half forward. I'd maybe put him on the ball for the last 10 minutes. He overruns it. Switala doesn't. Oh, taps it on brilliantly to Chris Gowans. Chris Gowans on his left. It doesn't matter what leg he goes on, left or right. The big fly at the back of the pack by Sandry. Good football, good body work there by Nitschke. Handballs now to young Daniels, and he sees it over the line. That was great football, Nitschke. In his 5th game, absolutely superb. Centrals go to 5-6-36. Norwood 5 straight 30. Centrals lead by 6, and that's on the Northern Plumbing Supplies scoreboard. The quick kick in now, and the mark's been taken by Tyson underneath the old scoreboard.
Yeah, it'd be lovely to be 18 again, wouldn't it? Nitschke and Pat for a couple of youngsters there for the Redlegs.
Great talent.
Big kick. Conditions probably the best they've been all night. The rain stopped and the wind has died right down, so we might see some good footy now as both teams go hard at it on the other side. Umpire races in quickly again. Central's by a goal.
Would you put Robbie Neal into the centre for the last 10, Scotty? Just a bit of a hard body. He's really out of it on the half.
He's been well held there, but I saw him on Alftahide was on him earlier. Now Herrera's on him, so I think get him in the midfield.
Old veteran fighting a rate had been round for a long, long while. As Central's a chance to play advantage way. He's going to come back though. Little Marco Bello, another terrier. Number 7 has been a good player for Centrals. Good pick up on the left boot. He covers about 50 metres. Good kick too in the Graham direction. Bit of pushing and shoving there. Clements runs the gauntlet, did okay. Wilson pushes, he kicks it towards Bartamucci, tucked on the boundary. Oh, slides into the fence too. It's gone out of bounds on the full. It could have been nasty if it hit something sharp, but well done there to Bartamucci.
He nearly ended up in the RSL hall.
He could have easily.
On Wood Street.
Luckily the gate was there. Kick in now. Up towards half forward. Oh, McLean again. He's taken a couple of great marks today. Couldn't quite complete that one. Central's fighting half of possession. Oh, play got hit high too. There was Hay. Caught one for his corner. Bello, as he went to kick it, slipped over at the vital moment. James appeals for the free kick. Bello off the ground.
Played.
The umpire's seen something here. Free kick to Norwood.
Mate, Marco Bello's done dancing lessons. Fair dinkum. His sidesteps are unbelievable.
Did you train him Wednesday night in that rain, Rowie?
Yes.
Oh, that was some of the worst train I've ever seen. I meant to ask you about that. Kick in, back towards centre wing. No marks easy there. Cowan dropped the mark. Hay applies a tackle on Tamlin. Goes hard at it. The hurry kick came from Curry. Works it up towards Cochrane. He's collared. Not an easy, no possessions, an easy one at the moment. Hereda, though, picked it up quickly in the one motion. Carried it forward about 30 metres. Bounces once. Out of bounds, left half forward flank for the Doggies.
It's just going to be the back and forth at the moment, Will. It's a lot of commitment by all the players. It's once again back in the tug-of-war stage.
Have the big fat
Real
man on the
hard
back.
play.
Time on in the second quarter at Centrals by 6 points. Around the body now. Cochrane throws it forward. Gee, there's a tussle in the goal square. Around his body. Gives it off now to Sainsbury. Kicks the goal. Sainsbury, good football. Wilson got turned inside out. Sainsbury's first. 6-6 they go to now. Centrals. Norwood 5 straight. Northern Plumbing Supply scoreboard, and that was great footy, Ando.
That was good football. I was just saying before what a tug-of-war it had been for probably the last 2 or 3 minutes. And as I said that I could see 2 or 3 Centrals player in that last boundary throw-in just seemed to get 1.5 metres off their opponent, and the ball went their way, and they were used, and a great running goal.
Scotty, the 50-50 ball's probably going Central's way after perhaps the opening 10 minutes of the game. They've got right back into it.
They have been. It's good to see there Richie Cochrane getting the kick out of the pack. Former Padare boy went to school with me.
Yeah, good player. Now, he's the son of Richard Cochrane, is he?
He is.
Yeah, it's a fairly famous name down Central's way. Ball comes out towards Coulter, runs hard at it, does well too. The long striding left foot, a beautiful kick. Goes up towards the head of the square. Mark's been taken. Playing by Gowns and another one. So it took about 10 minutes to get a goal in this first quarter. We've just had 2 in 30 seconds, and the Doggies are on fire. It's a pretty handy lead now. 7 goals, 6-5 goals, 18-point ball game. And they've done that in the twinkling of an eye on the Northern Plumbing Supply scoreboard.
Well, you lose a Cunningham and a ball outside of your side, Wills, and all of a sudden you can sort of see the speed of your Bellows and your Slades taking control over perhaps Norwood players who have to come in and take up your shoes, basically, Scotty.
Yeah, I was just thinking the boys were well held, like Guerra's been well held this quarter, but the guys like Gowns can step up, and it's the problem you have with Central District.
Well, the biggest margin of the day, 18 points. Norwood need to get some strength on ball. Robbie Neal might be the answer. Down it goes. Coming out now is Guerra. Guerra on his left leg, pumps it forward. Here goes Centrals again. A big, long, raking leg. It broke to the left and goes through for a point. 7 goals, 7-49 Centrals. Norwood 5 straight, 30. They lead now by 19 points. Northern Plumbing Supply scoreboard. But you're right, you win the 50-50s, Ando. That's what footy's all about, isn't it?
That's what it's all about, exactly.
Okay, Jolly now, the big left footer, pumps it out to the outer side, the big men fly. This is where Centrals have been good. They get numbers behind the ball, they work it to themselves. Carslake's in on top of his opponent. He's given away a free kick on the outer side.
I mean, they're working harder than Norwood, no doubt at all. The game's turned and turned dramatically.
And Healy, the captain, he's been sensational. On his left leg, the former St Kilda boy pumps it up. Up goes Wilson. Good ball around his body. Cochrane. Oh, another goal, Cochrane. 3 in 3 minutes. Cochrane front and square. Norwood have dropped off their work rate and they're hunting at a cherry. And Norwood on the Northern Plumbing Supply score with a 5 straight. Central's 8-7. The margin now scoots out to 24 points. Ando.
Scotty, I know I'm harping on it, but yet again, you can hold players for 20 to 22 minutes in a quarter, but without your on-ballers or your regular on-ballers, it's hard to go the full quarter. And Bellows and your on-ballers are starting to get on top for Centrals.
It's been a pretty good effort by Centrals. Took a long while to score their first goal, but they've kicked 3 inside a couple of minutes, and they look to be the superior side. They're tackling their confidence sky high. And another bounce down. Let's go around the ground for Mannix Air Conditioning.
And first score of the third quarter to the Tigers, a point. They're 8-7-55, leading the Kangaroos 8-5-53. And in the netball, the Thunderbirds 29 lead the Darters 15 at half-time.
Almost half-time here too. Centrals by 25 points. They've taken a stranglehold in the game. Cochrane's done very well. Gives it off to Arnott around the body. Numbers with Centrals again. Healy in there. Can't take it. Jolly has to run through a couple. Cop one high. Good umpiring. Little umpire there saw it from 10 metres away. And Jolly will take it.
They need some power on ball, Scotty, don't they, Norwood?
Definitely do, which is, like you said, Robbie Neal on ball, maybe an option.
Goes out wide now to find Tim Nicholas, big ruckman, and another youngster, 21 years of age, big gangly type, goes to Hobby, put out one hand, couldn't take it, Tyson just tumbles a punt. Central District's defence has been fantastic this quarter. Every time it's come up, Robbie Neal gets pushed out of the equation. He can't take it. Norwood need a goal, and they need it quickly. A high ball. Skirts up the side of the boot, up towards centre-half forward. Camlin goes hard at it. Hay, though. Good mark. Good mark given the conditions. Kicks it out now towards Guerra. Guerra tries to take possession. Does so now. It's a beautiful kick. Had no one to kick it to, so he kicks up towards the centre-half forward position. Norwood have the numbers now. Bit of side-stepping here, but tackling ferocious. Could almost have been called holding the ball there from Jolly. Graham tries to check side. He's kicked a couple of magic goals. Goes towards the head of the square again. Waiting now, there's Thomas. Side-steps around his opponent. Picks it up as a snap on goal. And kicks a point. Just wobbles through for a point in the end, but they are attacking the goals incessantly. It's Central's 8-8. Norwood 5 goals, and Scotty, the signs don't look good for the Redlegs.
Yeah, I was going to say, again, worrying signs for Norwood. There was just no crumbs at the front of the pack. Plenty of Central's numbers.
Exactly right, Scotty. The next 3 guys in there were Central's players. The quick into Dawes. Dawes now to James. The captain needs to lift. James may be on ball. Gives it to Bartamucci. He runs into his teammate Clement. Carslake gets the spills. Pumps it inside 50 and away they go, and the mark's been taken by Orphendorf. Is that what we're going to call it? Off to Hyder now. Goes long to Thomas. Thomas on the other side where he sprang up and said, this is how you pronounce it. Chris Gowans now. He's outside 50. Goes the big mongrel screw punt. Graham sits under it. Mark! Oh, he's been superb. Graham takes another mark. He's already got 2.
It should be 25 metre.
50. 25 out directly in front.
Well, I won't ask Scotty, but Andrew, did you see as Cochran limps off, did you see the fist from behind there a bit higher?
No, I actually missed it. I was just so impressed by, the actual mark.
Yeah,
I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Up in between 2 Norwood players on the chest with a lot of confidence. They are certainly playing their tails up at the moment.
16 scoring shots to 5 says it all. The margin's 26 points. Graham's got it. Can he get his third? He has. He's punched it straight through the height. No, he's missed the point. 8 goals, 9-57. Norwood 5 straight 30. They've only got 1 goal this quarter. The margin scoots out to 27. That's on the Northern Plumbing Supply scoreboards, and Cochran does not look well.
Is it a hamstring or a corky or a knee?
Looks like an ankle, actually, Will.
Yeah, he doesn't look too good. He's walking very gingerly. He's off the ground now. Gowns has gone back on, but gee, Roy Laird would be happy with this quarter. 27 points in these conditions. Very, very difficult to get back.
And the rain's just starting to tumble down, Will.
It's going to take a terrific effort from Norwood if they're to win this game. Nicholas waved on, goes to James. James short to Nitschke. He's been impressive, the youngster. On the left boot, goes long and direct up towards Clement's direction. In front, though, Thomas. And their hands are just a lot cleaner at the moment.
But they're losing it across half forward, Norwood, so they need to get a tall over there, and they need to get some guys like James and Neil on ball, some real hardness around the pack.
Centrals have whatever breeze there is. That kick was a ground covering one of about 55 metres. Tigers lead by 2 points in Melbourne. Kick it to the man there from Chris Gowans, not good. Nicholas tries to run him down. Chris Gowans backs himself up against his taller opponent. Kicks up towards Graham. Has been outstanding. Been a real target there. Almost collared a mark number 5. Rain getting heavy. Kick out, not good, and Steinberner takes it.
Steinberner now wastes no time. Breaks, packs, pumps it up into the 50. Wilson sets himself. Graham's in there, crumbing on the ground. Marco Bello can't get it. Guerra gets up in it. That's got to be a free kick. Bottom of the pack. Well, the free kicks go your way when you get down there and you hunt Scotty Ball-Ace.
Exactly right. Again, Central's had the numbers at the bottom of the pack.
This could almost be game, set, match. A goal here.
Well, the margin's 27 points. Guerra's got it 20 out directly in front. And as we said, if you hunt the ball, you get there, the free kicks will come.
But certainly there's a lot more run for the Central's players. You know, you saw when Norwood went into their forward line, it was pretty much 1 or 2 steps and kick long and hope, whereas Central's have got runners and they're all running together as one.
In comes Guerra. He's got his second straight through the middle. The margin now scoots on out to 33 points, the biggest margin of the day. 25 minutes gone, second quarter. Northern Plumbing Supply scoreboard, Greg Anderson.
I don't think it's so much the Norwood target at centre-half forward. I think they actually aren't carrying the ball with confidence and having numbers and confidence to actually get it a bit deeper than they're actually where actually they're getting it to. They should need to be getting a bit deeper into their.
I think they're blasting it, Greg, without looking at anyone.
With Centrals, I mean, that turnover and quick give and just the movement as quickly as they are, then it's 1-on-1 in the goal square.
Well, 6 goals with that sort of breeze, or those conditions is great, isn't it, Scotty?
Brett James into the middle.
Yeah, very impressive Centrals. They're playing almost dry weather footy. They're getting the ball and getting it forward. As you see Cowans now taking it out of there. They've been impressive, and they're in front all the time. Sainsbury's kicked the goal, the youngster. He doesn't waste any time. Goes towards the forward pocket. Norwood need a mark. Almost take one there too. In Daniels off the ground go the doggies. A chance now, 2-on-1 situation. Redlegs under siege again. Twatala bends now. Picks it up. Could have gone back to Guerra. Goes around the body. and just misses, but it is raining goals and points here for the Doggies. 9 goals, 10 to 5 straight.
19 scoring shots to 5, and Norwood's only got 1 goal this quarter. They've been in their 50, Scotty, 3 times this quarter.
Yeah, only 3 times. Central definitely got the ascendancy this quarter.
Handy lead for Mannix. Richmond out to 9 points, so got away to a bit of a break in the third quarter. After the Kangaroos led for most of the second. Central's now must be almost bell time. It's been a long quarter. Steinburner now pokes it back towards his teammate, and away they go again. Sansbury from 65 out, a long kick. It might go the way. It's bouncing, and Labella lets it go. It did. That kick went 55 metres, and the Doggies are home. If Norwood get back from here, one of the greatest comebacks you've ever seen. It's an early call. Early call, but 10 goals, 10 and 20 scoring shots to 5. Well, you get on with me, and I'll give you good odds too. 64 to 30. Even Scotty Ball-Ace reckons it's a fairly tough uphill battle from here.
It's a tough uphill battle, but I think the boys can get there.
Said that with a lot of confidence. Good to see. Well we will see.
Hey, how impressive is that Sansbury?
I think they've all been good.
The speed across the ground, the clearances at the moment are just dominating. Centrals just seem to be dominating proceedings
40
there.
points into the margin on this sort of night.
Well, Norwood's work rate's dropped off into time on. Up goes the big fella. Nicholas can't get it. This is where Centrals are being on the bottom of the pack. Up goes Hobby on his left leg. Pumps it forward. They need a mark. Norwood, they can't. Bottom of the pack. Coming through is Steinburner. He's been superb off the half back. On his right leg, he pumps it. This is where they're good as well. James Gowers. He's got an absolute paddock in front of him on the outer side wing. On his right, she sized it up beautifully and went short. That is good footy. Graham now with the mark in his hand. Was that Coulter? Coulter, the left footer, pumps it along with the left leg. The pack set themselves. Up they go. Wilson, good football. On the ground, Dawes, mark's not paid. Out the back of the pack. Bartamucci needs to kick his head down over the ball. He does it. James Gowans now's got it. It's got to be a ball up, and it is.
I think Graham's been good at centre forward.
70, he has.
Hasn't he?
5 straight, Norwood margin 40.
Well, they're giving him a target, Wills, and they're running the ball, and he's tremendous there, isn't he? Just possessed everything.
Presented himself. Jim Cowan has jumped very, very high there. Norwood under pressure again. The rain's getting heavier, and this won't help Norwood's chances. But what a quarter of footy. Centrals have kicked 6 goals, 8. 6 goals, 8 to 1 goal.
That is incredible. In these conditions, that is incredible.
I thought 10 goals might have won the game for at full time, but they've got 10 to half time. A chance to add again. Dawes, he's tried his heart out towards Bartamucci. Run down by Swatala, ducks his head, wins a free kick, and Bartamucci to take it at half back. Members side, rain tumbling down now. What a cold and wet couple of days it's been here in Adelaide, but great to see the rain anyhow. McLean now in front, couldn't take it. Tamlin off the ground, tried to go to the advantage of his teammate. It's difficult conditions. Clements on all fours, got it back to Dawes, works it up towards Robbie Neal. Hardly sided today. He's kicked 1 goal, but that's about it. Thomas goes in after it. Neal tries to harass and pressure him. The hurry kick goes back towards centre half forward. It's a chance for Norwood now. They need a goal. McEntee. A hurry kick across the ground towards Tyson. In pursuit is Healy. Behind him is off the hider. But Tyson now 60 out from goal. Tackled and gang tackled. Great work by the Doggies. They get up. They're slow to get up. McEntee comes in to lend support. He can't do much with the footy. Healy stands over the top, directing traffic. Bounce down. 60 out from goal. Siren sound. A very impressive quarter by Central District. Doesn't matter whether you barrack for Norwood, you'd have to acknowledge that. Terrific quarter. 10-10-70. Norwood 5 straight 30. The margin a whopping 40 points. Goal scorers. Guerra's kicked 2 goals, 4. 2 to Quinton Graham. He's been a beacon at centre half forward. 2 to young Edward Stansbury, number 35 of the Doggies. Keep your eye on him. Good little player. Cochran off the ground with an injury. He won't probably come back. He's kicked the goal. Gowans and also Healy. For Norwood, their goal scorers Armat, Neil, Nitsky, McEntee and Tyson Wando. The game might not be over, but it's very, very on its way. A 40-point margin given the conditions and the way Centrals are playing. It is hard to see Norwood coming back.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, even that particular...
Coulter meets it well. He grabs hold of Bartamucci, spins it round about 720 degrees, a couple of 360s. Now it's Dawes, works it out to the outer side. Arnott runs onto it. Patfull back on the ground. Does okay too. Evades a tackle, kicks up towards centre half forward. Norwood need the first couple of goals to have any chance at all. Thomas runs hard at the football, might take it out. He does so right in front of the scoreboard. Central's 10-10, Norwood 5 goals.
We mentioned that Norwood perhaps maybe need to get some of their bigger guns on ball. Starting in the middle of that quarter was Armat, Neil, James and Robin.
Bit of run in there. 40 points the margin. We've only played 1 minute in the third quarter. Boundary throw in. Scholar Bello just throws it onto his boot. Good football. James now. Sorry, that's Robin on the outer side wing. Robin, fakes, turns inside, now goes into the corridor, and Robbie Neal strips it up from his half-back flank and takes the mark. One of his rare touches, only his third kick for the game. Robbie Neal now pumps it forward. The big man set himself. Over the back was Curry. That was good football to slap out now to Healy. Geez, he sits off the pack brilliantly, the captain. Healy now pumps it forward. Sainsbury takes the mark right in front of doors. That was good football. James Gowans now runs on to the old one too. Will he get it back now? Oh, good football there on the wing by Coulter. Coulter to the left footer. Geez, he danced around 100 players. The crowd in the western wing world said that was too far, and that's the way the umpire saw it. So free kick will come out to Robbie Neal.
You just imagine Rory really want to take a bounce, but you just know you can't in these conditions, so you have to take an extra couple of steps.
40 points the margin to Centrals, and that's on the Rivergum home scoreboard. Robbie Neal, ball in hand. Centre wing, western side, now pumps it out long. Patfull sits under it. Herrera runs his man under it. McLean takes the muff, got his chest. That's an absolute shocker. That probably would be, and was, and did, typify Norwood's game. McLean kicks it out of bounds on the full, right alongside that right-hand point post.
Did the hard work with the finish, not good. In these conditions, you have to finish. Curry takes it. Got Healy short. Caesar skipping. Healy wearing number 3 with a head bandage now, so obviously caught one in that second term. Slade still off the ground, and Cochran. So a couple of players missing. Hopwood, of course, didn't start, so both teams missing some gun players. Gowns now waving everybody down the line. They'll protect this lead, Centrals. They know they've got almost a 7-goal lead, which is a big one tonight. That's not so in normal conditions. It's still very heavy. Young Nitsky's been impressive. Finds Neal. Neal tackle, not going anywhere. Bounce down centre wing, members side. 5AA footy. David Wildy, Stephen Rowe, Greg Anderson and Scotty Borlace with you. Of course, tomorrow, Hawthorn and Adelaide. The big one on Sunday should be beauty. You say a big one, well, it is. Third plays fourth, Port Adelaide and Fremantle. Who would have thought that? Patfull runs after it. Lachlan Turner there as well. Free kick the doggies. And it's going to be on. Let's get a quick score, Leith Forest.
And the start of the fourth quarter, David, the Kangaroos leading by 3 points. 10-12 to Richmond, 10-9-69.
For Mannix air conditioning, now the doggies go forward. Can they get the first goal of the important third term? James Gowans now on the left boot. Bellows being good. Sidesteps easily as if the conditions were dry. Could have been a goal, but Davis put out his hand and actually saved it. He's cost them 5 points, I think, Timmy Davis. Point, though, to Central's 10-11 to 5 goals Norwood.
Gee, they hurt you, Scotty, when they run forward, don't they? Marco Bello always gets forward of the pack. Get your comments very shortly. Jolly now on his left leg, goes up the corridor. Daniels, been quiet at centre-half back. Turns around, throws it on his boot. Ball goes to centre-half forward. McEntee said to himself, couldn't take the mark. Crumbing on the ground there is Turner. Turner turns his opponent inside out on his left leg. Tyson with courage takes the mark. 40 out directly in front. Gee, needed to keep his eye on the ball, and he did, Scotty.
Good movement there from Norwood. Started from the kick out and ended up with Tyson, like I say, showing courage.
It was just the best kick in their forward line. You know, they actually found a target. They didn't go wide. They're right in, they're still in that, that corridor. He's 45 metres out directly in front. A lot better possession.
Wouldn't he?
98 premiership player for the Crows. He kicked 1 goal in the first quarter, 30 out directly in front. Jimmy Tyson on its way, and he's just missed to the near side. Or has he slotted it through? He's missed. 5 goals won, the first blemish on the scoreboard for Norwood. They go to 31, and Centrals, well, gee, they're just doing it easy, 10-11-71, and that's on the Rivergum home scoreboard.
Yeah, big margin still. Kangaroos by 3 points across the border. Big Scholar, all 6'9" of him, couldn't take it. Robbie Neal shot out a clever handball. Finds Carslake now to James. Oh, he had about 3 after him, but he's too clever there. Kick not so good. To a wall of Central District players, and the hurry kick comes from Arna back towards the centre of the ground. Nitsky again, met the ball beautifully. Have been impressed with him. James now hurries it on the boot. Herrera back there. Patfull comes over the back. McLean can bend down and pick it up, but he's swamped by 2 or 3 Bulldogs. Herrera comes in, tries to close it down. Now it's a real scramble. Bounce down right on the 50-metre paint for Norwood. 10-11 to 5-1, so 21 scoring shots to 6 as we go round the grounds for Mannix Air.
Terrific news, David. A goal to Jason McCartney. The Kangaroos in front, 11-12-78. Richmond, 10-9-69.
Oh, that's a good result. Up goes the ball, down it goes.
Mention the raw there, Rowie.
Yeah, well, good on the lad. Good on the lad. Steinberger now puts it out to to the wing. Coulter now on his left. Geez, he's given Daniels a merry dance. Steinberger comes back off, gives it. Robbie Neal tries to upend him. Up go the big men. Graham from behind. Free kick's going to come out to Jolly. And that's the way the umpire saw it. See, I'm impressed with Graham.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed by Jolly then, actually, Rowie, because he actually, it was the first time he got front position and actually won himself a free kick.
Jolly now to James. McIntosh has made a few changes, the coach for Norwood, and he's put James into the centre. Carslake on the outside wing, turns his opponent inside out, now goes long. That's where they need to go. McIntosh sits under it, back of the pack. Armat runs onto it. Good football by Hayes, soccering off the ground. Out comes Healy. Healy, good set of heels, just clean as a whistle. Oh, it's a throw. That's a shocking decision, huh? Healy doesn't like it. Tyson's got another shot at goal. 35 out on a 45-degree angle.
Christmas has come early, I think. See that look for
there is no way that was a throw, Ando.
Well, it's a big call probably from up here. I mean, he was facing umpire. The umpire certainly had clear vision. So,
well, the reaction of Healy though suggested that he got a fist to it, but still.
James Tyson, 2 goals, make that 3, puts it through, marches back to 34, the Rivergum home scoreboard. So Scotty Borlase, that's the start Norwood would have liked, 2 early goals.
Yeah, a couple of things.
In the third quarter.
A couple of things I reckon Gary McIntosh has said to him at half-time. The boys are going a lot harder at the footy so far this quarter, and also playing on at all costs, which seems to be working.
Well, to say the least, Central's needed that. What's happening across the border? Let's go around the ground for Mannix.
David Kangaroos 11-12-78, leading Richmond 10-9-69. But news from 3AW that Jason McCartney will retire after the end of the game. We'll keep you up to date.
Well, that is big news. The news that Jason McCartney might retire after the game. No real surprise when you think what he's been through, and it's been a real struggle to battle to get back. The battle here, but it's all Central District. Thomas goes up the ground, the little clever toe poke. Healy not happy with Tyson. He still reckons he's been hard done by with that free kick. Roger Gurdon down there, the runner for Central, still, of course, a very good player through the late 80s and early 90s. The skipper. So, good to see some of the players staying in the game. It's like Rowe, he's coaching under 17. Boundary thrown again. Robin brings it to ground. Oh, sidestepping beautifully and almost too easily there with James Gowns. Now to Bello. A long, productive kick up towards full forward. Tim Davis now playing there. Off the ground goes Jolly. Off the ground goes Wilson to the outer side. Bartamucci in pursuit. Right on his hammer and tack there was Swatala. Comes out the back. Jolly showing you a bit of pace like a big draft horse on the outer side. And he kicked it out of bounds. Kick only went about 8 metres.
That's all it needed, I think, Will.
There's no one to kick to.
Yeah, there was 3 Central's players with that ball that stayed in.
Former Essendon star and also Crows Port Adelaide champ, McGarry medalist Greg Anderson, coaching South Adelaide. And, well, as I said, been a fairly tough week for a couple of clubs. Sainsbury now goes in. Bello did pretty well. Slips out a handball. No one can take it. Ground level, Swatala again showing courage. Gowans does very well to Graham around the body. He's had a pretty big night. He's had a very big night. And that's another goal to Central District. He's been outstanding, Quentin Graham. And that is just about ball game. 11-11, Central District. Norwood 6-1. And that's on the Rivergum home scoreboard.
Well, just think about the poise from Graham then for a big fella that's been just contesting, having 2 probably going after him most of the times. The ball's coming to their forward line. But when he got the ball, he didn't panic, plenty of poise, and kicked it probably 45 metres out directly in front. Beautiful goal.
Think about Graham.
Yeah,
he is a hard player to match up on because he does play tall, but he can do like he showed then, run around and kick a goal like that.
Margin back out to 40 points. Up goes Scholar. Robin on him. Carslake gets it socket out of his hands. Hobby needs to keep his head over the ball, and it's on him. Ball up. Gee, they just have answered every challenge Norwood have thrown up, and they've just been the better side. Probably from quarter time. Margin, as we said, 40 points. Scholar, Robin's been quiet. Carslake, this is off to Tyson. Leading Healy a merry dance this quarter. Goes forward. McIntyre takes the mark. Right in front of him eyes. And that was good footy. Good direct footy. Open forward line. And McIntyre now on a 45-degree angle, 30 metres out.
Again, it was playing on quickly and getting it through the corridor that seemed to work for Norwood this time. And Benny McIntyre in a couple of reliable kick goals.
The former Bay boy, McIntyre, needs a really nice direct kick here, puts it on its way, he's hugged the right-hand post, pushed it across the face. Norwood 6-2-38, the Centrals 11-11-77 on the Rivergum home scoreboard.
It'd be interesting what Gary did say at half-time. just all of a sudden they're going forward at all costs, and they're kicking off the ground into their forward line is creating a little bit of danger for Centrals.
1-1 to Ben McEntee. The Kangaroos lead by 10 points. What did that score shortly? Curry in front, couldn't take the mark. McEntee again, right on the 50. Spots a player at centre-half forward. That player was Patville. He's had a quiet night tonight. Arnott slung as he kicked it, but he gets it across the ground. Right on the outer side. Swatala runs hard, so does Bartamucci. Swatala couldn't keep it in, and it goes out of play, outer side, centre wing. 22 scoring shots, Ando, to 8. I think that tells the story of the night.
But you picture a quick 2 or 3 goals, and all of a sudden the opposition's under pressure. So
well, they've got to get them, though.
Plenty of time to go yet, Wills.
There's time, but they don't look like it at the moment. Dawes' hands were good to Hobby. Breaks a couple of tackles. Umpire said one of those tackles is illegal. Free kick to Hobby. Going to come back.
At least their energy levels increased.
Oh, they played all right this quarter. Oh, plays on, kick straight on the man. Bello tries to hunt down his man. Clements now to the outer side. Kick okay. And James takes the mark on the outer side. Brett James just over the top to Carslake. Runs onto it. 2 kicks out from goal. Nord going via the Cape. So Carslake now cuts inboard. Gets a better spot to put it. McLean goes up. Took 2 great marks in the first quarter. Curry's been good since coming on. He's given him a bit of curry too. Now to Chris Gowns. Goes out to Steinburner, one of the best men on the ground. Races away there from Dawes. Finds Arnott. Now Sansbury back to Steinburner. Good play by the doggies. Good build up here. Kick the centre half forward. Coulter's there. Daniels has been a quiet play. Been the invisible man tonight. Coulter again. Oh, free kick too high. Free kick to Central District.
Well, that was too high. The ball's been called to play on. Marco Bello on the half-forward flank. Underneath the Cooper's stand on his left leg. He'll have a shot on goal. Great football miss. Goal! I think he's kicked it.
What was Jolly doing? Jolly marked me on the line.
Jolly marked behind the line. He just needed to get a hand to it. That was great football, Marco Bello.
That's amazing stuff.
He was running right alongside the Cooper's hill. He slotted it straight through. He didn't have any eyesight there to look at. 12-11 Centrals. Norwood 6-2, Rivergum home scoreboard. Scotty Borlace, even you, my son, would have been happy with that one.
I would have been very happy with that one, Rowie. But again, it started with Steinburner at half-back. Got the old 1-2, or actually probably the third handball, and just got it long and direct, and Central made the most of it.
Well, the margin now scoots out to 45 points. Back in the centre, up it goes, down it goes. Jolly gives it back to the umpire, another baller.
It's a big margin, isn't it?
Well, the Central shank goes up 46 points in these conditions. It's a 100-goal banger in good conditions. Down it goes. Good football. Daniels gets a fist to it. Coming off the ground was James Gowns. Fellow in front, great football. Gives it back to James Gowns. He's got a player on the up. It's Coulter. Coulter on his left. Another one. Centrals. Look at him go. Absolutely awesome. Controlling the footy as clean as a whistle. And that's as good as you see as we go around the grounds for Mannix Air Conditioning.
10 minutes gone in the last quarter, Rowie. The Kangaroos by 3 points. 11-13-79, leading Richmond 11-10-76.
Gee, how tight's that?
Cliffhanger there, not so much here. 89-38, Central's 13-11. And once again, they're just so desperate. Marco Bello's been good tonight. Got the ball up quickly.
The strength of Gowans as well when he really pushed that ball forward.
Their body strength does look better. I think you're right there, Ando. Sansbury, the youngster in there, Scholar, working hard. The big tall ruckman off the ground went Thomas. Almost collected the head of young Lachlan Turner. Thomas butters up beautifully. Hooks it back towards centre half forward. Mark not taken there. Tyson's tried hard this quarter, done very well. Tyson and Healy, been a great battle that one. Thomas runs out to meet it, slides over the line. Turner behind him, bounce down. Keep up to date with those happenings at the Telstra Dome. A thriller there. The Kangaroos lead by 3 points. 13-11-6-2. Nord now just playing for a bit of respect and pride. They don't often get belted like this, that's for sure. In particular, these conditions. Tamlin now goes inboard, looking for Tyson. But they had 5 or 6 important possessions. Curry, as I said, been impressive. Bullocks his way through, loses possession. The hurry kick comes from Ray. Little Bello, meat in the sandwich. Somehow got a fist to the footy. Had no right to do that. Players slide after it. Clement's one of those players. And a boundary thrown right in front of the 5AA country position.
Slam straight into the wall there too, Ando, the western wall.
It's claimed a few victims over the years,
yes,
isn't it?
it has, many years.
51 points the margin in the third quarter. 15 minutes gone. It's Centrals. They've been too good since quarter time. Back in the pack, James on the wing. Tamlin comes out. Great smother by Thomas with some real desperation. Coulter comes through. Daniels for his first kick of the game. Throws it onto his boot. McLean, Healy. McLean runs on it over the line. Boundary thrown between half forward and wing.
Crick, they reckon in one day here you headbutted the wall and knocked out 3 bricks. Any truth? Hey, 3 bricks fell out.
I thought it was about 6 anyway.
6 back, yeah. That was your chest.
That's a harder call than what I did on little Cunningham earlier in the game. Boundary throw in Tamlin.
Oh, no, you were
He's a good
ruthless.
little underboy. Well, I had to be honest with him, didn't I?
Actually, I agreed.
Been terrific. Healy as well. Gee, there's a couple of little punches thrown in the pack. I think one of them was little Joel Patfull. Well, little boy wouldn't do that, would he? Was that Joel?
Couldn't have been.
Joel wouldn't do that.
He's a 4th generation Norwood player. Unbelievable. Good stat, that one. You didn't like it, did you, Wills?
Yeah, Pat Full, grandson of Pat Hall.
That's exactly right. Graham back at the pack, puts it up to Herrera. Herrera's got Steinburner. Steinburner off his half-back flank. Pinches his back, goes out in front of Chris Gowan.
And Wilson comes out to meet the footy, but Central's have the numbers. You look around, it's 2-on-1 everywhere, all around the ground. Enables Sutala to pick it up. He runs through a couple of tackles. Steinburner's been outstanding. Just rushes easily his opponent away. Tackled as he kicked it, but still gets it away. But great work there. Perseverance by, was it Carslake on the other side? Brought him down. The mark's been taken by James. 11-13 to 11-10 across the border. As soon as it's a score change, we'll update that. James now, centre-half back. Kicks up towards centre-half forward. Patfull goes up. Second attempt couldn't mark. Running away, Healy. Just puts the foot into the ball, and you can hear the sound through the sound effects there. Dawes is there. Did pretty well, showed courage. Got support in James. Comes out the back door now. Got Clements there too. A high up and under kick. Back towards half forward. Oh, good mark. Herrera plucking an orange up a tree there. Did that really easily.
Herrera now with the handball, plays on. Tamlin now chops it off, goes long. Gee, there's a free kick behind the play or down the ground.
Where's it going? To Centrals?
Down goes Tamlin. I think there's a free kick. It's going to come out to McEntee. Well, gee, I didn't see that. No, free kick.
That's going to Centrals.
Herrera. Well, let's go around the grounds for Mannix Air Conditioning.
And a goal to Adam Houlihan. Richmond in front by 3 points. 12-10-82. The Kangaroos 11-13-79.
And the late breaking news through our sister station over there, 3AW, is that Jason McCartney will announce his retirement after the games. That will be a very emotional decision if that's the way it goes. Chris Gowans now gives it to Herrera. Herrera pumps it inside 50. The big man set himself. Graham goes up, Coulter there. James bottom of the back, gives it to Nitschke in his 5th game. Stands tall in the tackle. Coxwhat's coming. And we've got a ball up 48 directly from Central's goal as we see Ahmet come off and Langfadamucci go on. The margin, 51 points, 20 minutes gone, 3rd quarter. And now there's a free kick in the ruck and it's going to go out to Nichols. So
Umpires have played a few frees tonight, haven't they?
They have.
A lot of free kicks, but still, they've kept control of the game. Nicholas out towards Robrin, 89-38.
Totally outclassed, Nord, you've got to say, from
tonight they are, yeah.
Totally out.
You couldn't predict this result. Kick up towards, good mark for Healy.
That was a good mark, wasn't it?
At full stretch.
Yep.
They're playing the game like it's dry weather Centrals. They're doing all the right things and their ball control is fantastic. Goes to the other side. Another mark's been taken. They've got players willing to work hard. So Central District now can go short or dangerously to Arnott. Couldn't take the mark. Carslake in there on all fours. Sutala's been a busy little player. Concedes ground and kicked forward by Cowan. Works it up towards the hot spot in there as Nicholas does pretty well. Toe pokes it back towards half back. The mark's been cut off and marked beautifully by Arnott. Back to Sutala. He's had plenty of the footy tonight. Kicks towards full forward. A mark needed. Graham against the tide, but it's Guerra. Guerra met the ball head on. Graham went the other way, and somehow Guerra, where it's about his 7th shot on goal, he's kicked 2 goals, 4, 1 out of bounds on the full, and you're back from here. Distance will not be a problem, and you reckon he's slotted.
Again, 20 out directly in front, Scotty. The hot spot for Centrals. They go there absolutely religiously.
We keep saying it. They've done it all night, and they've been queuing up there to have a shot like Guerra.
Played well tonight, Guerra. Kick saw from 25, might have dragged it. He's kicked 2 goals, 5 now. And 1 out of bounds on the full, but it's all elementary. Centrals will win 13-11 to 6-2. 22 minutes gone in the 3rd quarter.
Jolly now, the big raking left footer. Puts the ball on the hoof. Margin's just really screwed out now. 52, good strong sprawl. Gee, they've been terrific in there. Guerra now gives it off to Arnott. Arnott behind the Cooper's Hill, gives it back to Guerra around his body on his left. What's he done? Don't tell me. No, miss.
2-6.
He'd have kicked that. That would have been one of the great goals ever.
2-6, we give him 3 goals.
2-6 to Guerra.
give him 3 goals.
Was that play out of the out of the kick in, just the ball back, grab 20 metres, Guerra gets the ball and runs on.
Kick in by Jolly to Robrin. Robrin on his left goes up and Turner takes the mark. Centre wing grandstand side. Turner now. Waste no time. Puts it on his boot. Pumps it forward. There needs a mark taken by Norwood and it does terrible. I think he pushed the front in the back he had. Geez, he wouldn't be happy with that, would he?
They've been awesome tonight, doggies, haven't they?
And Hayes got the ball, transfers play across the face of goal, and away he goes again, Guerra.
And guess who? Guerra, 2 goals, 6, so he's done his part tonight. Now, Arnott. I mean, every player we call Lando's had plenty of the footy. Arnott's had a lot of it too.
He's had a very good game tonight, Arnott.
James
really
Gowns now. So 24 minutes gone, third term. Sting gone out of the game. Central's been very impressive. Cowan again. All run down by Bartamucci. Cops one for his corner. Goes back to that play and wasn't happy with the treatment. And Daniels gets a rare possession. Been a quiet play tonight as Stephen Daniels. He's spent a bit of time on the power list. Played 60 or 70 games too, I think. Kicked out towards centre wing. McLean in front. Good mark. It's better. Presented himself and took a very good grab. He's got support now. The runner Tyson on the left boot. Is it Tyson? Up. No, it was Tyson. Up towards half forward. Here's a chance for the Redlegs, but not for long. Cutting it off now is Hay. Just had a look before he took possession. The ball goes out of play, left half forward flank.
Again, Norwood going a bit wide there, and every time they've gone wide, Centrals have been able to cut it off.
They've lost across half forward, they've lost on ball, they've just been absolutely outgunned since quarter time. Cowans goes up. Back of the pack now is Thomas. Turner chases him. Harade has been superb from half back. He's played 257 games, been absolutely superb. Guerra's got the ball in his hands. Fatala's making a lead on the wing, but Guerra goes with discipline into the corridor. Shana Hambles ends up now with Steinberger, another player from the half-back that's been great. Pumps it long with a big, long raking kick. Daniels falls. Running onto it now as Cochrane tries to get it, tries to keep it in play.
Cochrane?
Out of play.
Recovered all right. I thought he was dead at half-time. Unbelievable. Would I done the ankle or the knee or the terrific comeback? Well done.
Margin 53 points. Time on in the third quarter. The big boundary throw in. Davis goes up. Bartamucci hasn't done enough. Gives it off now to Robbie Neal. Been moved onto the ball. Should have been that halfway through the second quarter. Carslake flies in the back of the pack. McLean, now he just throws it onto his boot. That's the way Norwood have been playing. The mark's been taken and run away by Curry. He has been terrific.
Yeah, he has, and he finds James Gowans, who hasn't been terrific. That's the question you have to ask for Centrals. They've all been great. Goes out wide and finds Guerra.
Again.
Well, Chick scores at Telstra in a moment. But Guerra, 2 kicks out, you would think. He's a thumping kick. He'll probably kick into the square. No, he doesn't. Go straight across the ground to Hay. The boy from Western Australia. Hay goes short. Chipping on. They're just queuing up again. Stansbury has taken the mark.
They go there religiously. 20
every time.
Every single time.
Leith Forest, any change to the score in Melbourne?
Yeah, David, a point to the Tigers, 12-11-83 now leading the Kangaroos 11-13-79. 20 minutes gone in the last quarter.
See a thriller over there.
Thriller.
Not so here. 13-13 to 6-2 and a chance to extend their lead. This fella's been okay too. Talented player, Stansbury. Kicked a couple of goals and he's got his third. He's got his third goal, been very, very impressive. We'll check that Rivergum home scoreboard. The Doggies are 14-13. The Redlegs stuck on 6 goals too. And Scotty, not very many positive signs tonight for the Redlegs.
No, it's not. Hasn't looked good all night for Norwood, which is a bit disappointing. Again, Centrals went to that spot, which is Norwood had numbers back. I noticed there was no one back in Norwood's forward 50.
Working hard to get back there.
But still, Centrals just religiously go to that spot.
It just seems to be the weight of numbers, Scotty, that they get that ball across that half-back line and just the numbers that run it to get himself in the best position. And as we know, right 35, 45 metres out, right in front, that's where they want the contest.
Predictable and effective.
25 minutes gone, third quarter. The margin scoots now out to 59 points. Up goes Nichols, charging through his Clements. Gee, that's a huge kick inside 50. McEntee needs to take the mark. He can't. This is where Centrals have been superb. Their chain of handballs, their movement has been just unbelievable. Comes out now with Hayes, throws it onto his boot. Chopping it off is Brett James. Brett James, half-forward flank. The big in and under handball. That's got to be a free kick. Play on. The handball comes out from Armat. Back to Tamlin on his left leg. He's just missed to the near side. Gee, hasn't. He's missed absolutely everything. It's Orphendorf, as I call him, but it's not Orphendorf, is it? Well, you call him.
It's off the hider. as he finds Cowan. We're going to go for the last couple of minutes shortly to Telstra Dome as soon as the siren ends here. But it's 14-13 to 6-2. Play on the outer side. Up goes Dawes. brings it to ground. Nor just nothing positive happening, and Centrals are just playing so elite.
Rush behind for the Kangaroos, David. The margin now 3 points, 11-14 to 12-11, 83 Richmond.
Okay, as I said, we'll go for the last few minutes shortly, but terrific game there. We believe Jason McCartney might in fact hang up the boots.
That's a big call, isn't it?
He walks off the ground. That's what we've heard. That's a whisper coming from Melbourne. Brett James goes out wide to Dawes. He's still trying hard. Like the way he plays his footy. Curry's been great back there. He's got plenty of support. Can go back after. He's a straight-through player, Curry. Now to Sutala, sharing the ball around again. Guerra, a thumping kick back towards half-forward. Bit of pushing and shoving. Centrals won't mind this. James Gowans comes in. He's got support there, and his brother goes across up towards half-forward. Arnott there, can't take possession. Central just appear to have about 25 players on the ground. We might have a count. The umpire said free kick. It's going to go Norwood's way. And be taken deep in defence by Neal.
Robbie Neal now goes out to Wilson. Wilson's got Nitschke, who's been very, very impressive for a young fella. Gee, goes to play on. Cochrane's on him. Handballs to himself. Cochrane gives it back to Davies inside 50. Davies now keeps his head over the ball. Nitschke needs to come in. The ball's been flicked out the back. Cochrane now, will he have a shot at goal? No, with discipline. 20 metres out directly in front. Wilson gets a hand onto it. It's gone out of bounds alongside that left-hand point post, and that is good football by Centrals.
And it changed the score, Rowie. Let's go back to Leith Forest.
And a goal to Shannon Grant for the Kangaroos. The Kangaroos back in front by 3 points, 12-14, 86. Richmond 12-11, 83. 3 minutes to go in the last quarter.
3 minutes to go in the last quarter there, so we might go there shortly as Centrals kick another goal. But the game's pretty well shot to pieces here. Let's go to Melbourne now for the final 3 minutes of the game between the Kangaroos and the Tigers.
He ran down Roden. Geez, he's quick. He is just lightning quick, Tony.
You know what? He gave up the chase on Roden the first time, and then Roden took on another couple of players, and he thought, gee, I'm a chance here. It was magnificent for a youngster, and it is a turning point in the game. It's still anybody's game, Terry. You come out and say he's going to win now. And Roden's been taken off the ground too, boys.
Wow, in the context of the season.
On the back. We'll stand by for a TV interview with Tony Jones, which I believe we'll be able to take here on 3AW. This has been an absolute nightmare for you, but this is real fairy tale stuff tonight. from everyone in this stadium. In fact, all of us.
So Norwood now, a rare effort into attack. James has got it. They're going sideways like the big sand crab. Here's a chance now for Robbie Neal again. A long kick up towards full forward and a mark taken. Big scholar. Put up his arms.
He's been great.
It's like King Kong back there. Now to Thomas. Thomas can draw the players. Got Steinberner running. He's run hard all night. Kicks towards the outer side centre wing. Almost a mark taken by Gowns. Just casually pushes off his opponent. Works it up towards Sandsbury. He's been impressive. He's got teammates there though. Just Graham or Coulter. They go up towards half-forward, but the mark's been taken by Daniels.
And the Kangaroos by 3 points with Jason McCartney announcing his retirement, an emotional retirement. He's fought his way back, and everybody here from 5AA salute the great man. And the crowd here at Norwood Oval, 3,093 on the outer side wing. Tyson now turns his opponent inside out, now goes long with a big bombing kick. They get back. Scholar's one of them, almost takes the mark. Cameron with the crummy, gives it to Armat. Steinburn has been superb. Clements runs onto it in the forward pocket underneath Cooper's Hill. Can't get onto it. Thomas is there. Steinburn is there. Too high. Free kick.
Free kick Clements.
Free kick to Clements underneath Cooper's Hill, 25 metres out on a very tight angle.
Clements did work hard there for that free kick. He was the only Norwood player really going for the ball then, and he's probably lucky he got the free kick because there was plenty of central numbers around him.
Well, Scotty Ball-Ace, before the game, 79 points. Would have you in your wildest dreams have said that in atrocious conditions early, although it's great now?
Well,
79
points. Yeah, that's unbelievable. Norwood have been really disappointing today, but Central's full credit, they've been fantastic.
As Clement slots it through for Norwood 7th, they go to 7-2, Central 17-15, and the 3,093 supporters here at Norwood Oval all go up as one end. Though, as you're shivering there, you've got a light shade of white, and there was the bronze cheers. That was a definite. Fair, Nick, and what have you done
well,
for the last 3 quarters?
Norwood supporters, not on their home deck. The history just doesn't show that they get beaten by these scores at the parade. So I think it's certainly stunned the crowd, that's for sure, Wills, and to get that goal, in the halfway during the last quarter, to give a bit of a props to you.
Rowie reckons you went a whiter shade of pale. Frank O'Hara there, just coming into it. 117-44 as Norwood go ahead again. Here's a chance for Clements, trying hard. Works at a centre-half forward. Cameron couldn't take the mark. Could Norwood score 2 goals inside a minute? Don't hold your breath as Central's run it through from behind. Swatala's been good. They've all been good tonight. And Central's just showing, Greg, why they're the number 1 team in the competition.
Well, they're definitely the number 1 team in the competition. I mean, they certainly are very good at the business end of the year, but just week in, week out, they're just ruthless against their opposition.
And the big bumble kick ends up with James Gowns, gives it off to Healy. He's had a good duel with Tice on the outer side wing. Healy punts it out to Daniels. He sits under it. Hay does some heavy work. And now James Gowns runs away with the ball on his left to right, he doesn't matter, pops it up forward. The big man set himself, one hand of the umpire, didn't pay it. Nitschke does well to McLean to James. James gives it out. Gee, overrunning the ball was Tyson on that outer side wing. Gives it back out now to James. To Lou Campbell, out of play. The 2 premiership players of 98, that's as bad as you'll see.
Scotty, that's been a bit of a difference, hasn't it? The skills you have to say for Norwood has been a bit disappointing. The turnovers at Central's superb.
Yeah, Central's have just been so clean with the ball, and they've really just shown how to do it tonight in these conditions.
As Healy comes off, Coulter on, margin 72, training post scoreboard. Wills 10 minutes gone, last.
Yeah, big margin, Rowie, 117-45. Kangaroos home in a thriller at Telstra Dome by 3 points. A fairy tale ending for Jason McCartney. In fact, he had a hand in the last goal. Toe poked to the Lee Harding, and they snaffled back the lead with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. So he couldn't have written the script any better. Well done to Kangaroos, well done to Jason Cartney, and well done to the Australians too. I think it just shows the spirit after the Bali tragedies. Norwood go up towards centre-half forward. Steinburn, he's just been exemplary today. Terrific. Big Scholar brought down. And I thought you could only get him down with perhaps a chainsaw there, Andrew, but they got him down.
He's a big man, isn't he?
He's a massive man.
I remember getting in one of the dugouts at Norlunga, and he just ran past me, get back on the ground. So he's a big man.
He's a big guy you've seen in your career playing footy, the biggest, strongest bloke you reckon you would have seen. I'll let you think about it.
Scotty Wine was big.
Scotty Wine, he was big.
The bloke for Sturt played in the...
Richard Lounder was big.
Oh, Lounder was huge.
He's a big man, Richard Lounder.
A bloke called White played for Sturt. He's like, absolutely, I think only played many reserves.
What about Johnny Ironmonger?
John Ironmonger.
Ugliest, biggest rooster you've ever seen.
Hugo Colasanti for
Hugo.
There's a few around. But you're right, Richard Lounder was an absolute...
Oh, he was huge.
Anyhow, we'll get back to the game as Central's a 25-metre handball. Finds Davis. Davis supported by Thomas. Just gathers his thoughts, does pretty well too, looking for Graham, who's been outstanding. Well done to Wilson. Standing start, kicks back now towards Tamlin. Just took his time, allowed the player to spoil from behind. They've been so disciplined tonight. Swatala swings it on the boot, diving and tips the mark. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant by Cowan. And a terrific mark. 25 out directly.
Scotty, again. Scotty.
I was going to say exactly that same spot again. It's just predictable, but it's just...
There's always someone there, though, isn't there, too? They know they're going to kick it there, so why not lead?
How's the defensive spoils? They don't just spoil, they spoil.
Tamlin perhaps should have met the ball, just waited that couple of steps, but nothing going right for Norwood. It's just a lesson. You hope they'll learn from it. Central's a class above tonight. They lean back and kick another point. So 17 goals, 16, amazing. 33 scoring shots to 10 as we hit the 14-minute mark of the final term.
Well, you've got to hand it to Centrals. They've been absolutely irresistible since quarter time. It was 4 goals apiece, basically at quarter time, and from then on they've just piled on. Piled them on. The margin now out to 73. And Stevie Daniels doesn't know what the hell he's going to do, so he goes straight up the corridor and Tamlin takes the mark on his chest. Kangaroos by 3 points in the game tonight, as we said before. Jason McCartney announcing an emotional retirement. Robbie Neal now throws the ball on his boot, goes forward, coming out McAtee, and he's taking the mark. He's been called to play on. Nothing going right. Turner around his body on his left and one out in the goal square. Soccer off the ground, Steinburner out of play, and he's going to get the free kick. He's going to get the free kick.
Held on.
Well, how good Steinburner been?
Close to the best on ground.
Steinburner, Guerra, the 2 Gowans, Bello, Arnott,
Healy.
Oh, Healy, you name it. The whole team's been great. Scholar in the ruck. Steinburner now has got the ball, goes out to the outer side. What's his name again?
Off to Hyder. Orfer.
Way you go, Wills, I've lost interest.
Kick up towards half forward. Well, I think most of the spectators have too. It's 17, 16,
Oh, you only got to be honest.
It was pretty hard to come back from the Telstra over this, wasn't it, Steve?
Well,
wasn't a fair effort, but we're trying.
Centrals by 73.
Our Centrals fans, they'll be happy listening to, perhaps not so the Norwood. Guerra, he's kicked back 2 goals, 80. He's now got 3-8. Brilliant. Terrific kick from outside the 50. That's brought the crowd to life. The Central District fans standing out in the cold. Guerra, 3 goals, 6, 1 out of the 4. And that score just keeps on getting bigger, Ando. It's 18-16 to 7-3. Ugly scenes here.
We'll actually be saying Guerra's name pretty much for 4 quarters. He's been absolutely outstanding. And for a rover or a baller to have 11 shots at goals, it's just an outstanding game.
Yeah, I think it's just about to crack the Coopers for Centrals. They've been outstanding tonight. Rowie.
Well, absolutely superb. Down they go again. 79 points. Up goes McLean. James gives it to Tamlin. Tamlin now's got Tyson on the outside wing. At least he's been a winner, or at least broken even. Probably the only guy on the field that has for Norwood. Herrera now, off his half-back to guess who? Steinburner. Steinburner's just been absolutely superb. And this is where Centrals have been good. They command the centre corridor. They get their players. They get out of space, and away they go. Chris Gowans now kicks it out. It's gone out of play. Boundary thrown on the outside wing.
That's a great call. I reckon you're right. The only position they've even broken even with is probably Tyson at centre wing.
With Healy, who's been good.
Have been beaten.
Lowered their
You
colours.
look at any position around the ground, they've all been beaten.
Margin 79 points, 15 minutes gone last quarter. That's on the training post forward. They're very harsh, but I think Scotty Borlow's tapped his head. Chris Gowans in close. Scholar, Soccer's off the ground. Ball jars free. Players playing in front. Wilson couldn't take the mark. Then he has a Whitney with the Soccer. Robbie Neal keeps his head over the ball. He gets racked up. This is the worst game Norwood's played, I reckon, in the last... Scotty, help me. 10?
Well, it's just disappointing that Norwood prides itself so much on winning at home, and just to be so disappointing at home is probably something that makes
80 points in the wet. Can you remember being beaten like this anywhere in the last couple of years, 2 or 3 years?
Not really, no.
It's a huge, it's just a great result. And Greg Anderson of the opinion that Centrals are clearly the best side, and I can see why now, Ando. They just play a disciplined to the beat of the drum, and Roy Laird's just come in and taken over from Alistair Clarkson as if he was never there. So well done to the doggies. Bright hopes for 2003. The kick goes up towards Steinberg. He's just had a terrific day out. Supported it on the other side by Hay. Runs off the half-back flank. Poor old Nord, nothing's going right. But Marco Bello comes in like a steam train out of bounds on the outer side.
You look at Thomas as well. I don't think we've probably mentioned him enough.
Thomas
as
been
well.
good.
I mean, he has been outstanding across that half-back line, and along with Steinburner, just created so many attacks from that line.
Anyone we haven't mentioned, we do apologise because they've been outstanding tonight. It'll be in the paper tomorrow. All played well, I would think. The hurry kick up towards half forward. The Redlegs, they just meet brick wall after brick wall. They're certainly enjoying this outing. Sensational defence, great up forward. They play good wet weather and good dry weather footy.
What does it say? Does it mean if you've got talent, you're good, or you need a coach? If you have a look, Stewart, Jonas, Clarkson, Laird in the last 4 years, all of them have done very well with this side. They've played in, 6 of the last 8 grand finals to win 2. So, you know, they must be a talented lot.
And they bring up the youngsters. A lot of these kids have come through the juniors, which I think is great. Swatala now swoops, runs to 50. Big kick, high kick up the side of the boot. Nicholas stands under it. Good grab. Terrific grab. That's one of the highlights. A melon mark of the night as he goes out wide. That's tomorrow. We might save that one. Tamlin now. That half-back sweeping handball, and the Redlegs are away.
And off they go. The big kick by Jolly throws it on his boot. She lucks a fortune, and Turner's taking the mark in the centre of the ground. The margin is still 79 points here at Norwood Oval. Turner, a big penetrating kick. Hay sits under it. McLean coming to Clements. Clements runs on his left. He's not bad on his left. Puts it up high. That's another one. A belated goal, a much belated goal. The 3,000 odd fans here at Norwood Oval. Clements gets his second for last quarter. Norwood's 8. And they go to 8-3. They trail Central 18-16. Training post scoreboard.
Well, it's a bit strange here, Scotty, because actually the Norwood, I wasn't sure, it might have been Daniels, actually just went for the punch in his own forward line just to bring the ball down, seeing that the Norwood on ballers were front and square, didn't go for the mark, actually went for the punch and tried to hit it down towards them.
Yeah, it's often said, Macca drilled into us that if you're not going to mark the ball, you don't think you can mark the ball, bring it forward to the Crummers, and they were there on this occasion.
Good old Troy Clements, a couple of goals. He has tried hard. He's tried to lift the flagging spirits of his teammates. Tamlin, a high kick to full forward, almost a great mark, not paid. Carslake swung as he kicks it high, about 30 metres up. No one can take the mark. Spills for a young Thomas again, deep in defence. Son of Jamie Thomas, who played a lot of footy for Centrals.
Oh, and he was a good player.
And goes at it. He's mean when he took the teeth out too. He used to take the old choppers out. Not a good sight, Jamie.
But everyone scared you.
Good mullet.
Oh, didn't he scare you?
No.
You got no brains. That's your problem. 18-16 to 8-3.
I don't get personal.
Wasn't personal.
I know I'm not the sharpest tool in the tool shed, but don't go telling everyone.
Bet you're not the bluntest either.
No.
Ball gets tossed back in, Bello. Just a bit of byplay between Rowie and Wildy. Just trying to keep the game interesting.
Oh, well, it's 73 points. Norwood Oval. Look, let's hand it to Central. Scotty, they have been nothing short of superb.
No, just really given Norwood a lesson tonight, which is, hard to say being a Norwood man, but...
See, you would have scared you, Rowie. David Grange, when you stood in for a couple of games, then come back and talk to me. Not the little wimpy rovers you rove against. 18-16 to 8. Now, you played with Grange. He was a scary man.
He was scary,
He used to scare you and you played with him.
I know.
13-14 to 13-11. The Kangas up by 3 points here, as Rowie said. It's a big margin, 124 to 51.
And the big news, Jason McCartney announcing his retirement, an emotional retirement after the game. We'll hear more about that with 5AA tomorrow with KG and Cornsey. Absolutely no doubt about that. Shona Hamble, it will be. Thomas now pumps the ball forward. The big man set himself. Bobby Neal now to fall back. Graham's been superb, but around his body, that Cochrane or Bello on his leg. Daniels now for a rare touch, throws it on his boot. Foot race in 2, Swatala's been good. Patton now moved on to a wing. Thomas now covering plenty of territory. Goes to 20 out. Guess what? Directly in front. Where it takes the mark. He's kicked 3 goals, 6. He's going to get his 4th. Again, they just bring it into the corridor every single time.
He looks, Ando, just slightly above this class, Squarey. Not quite making his mark at the AFL, but he looks a little bit better than this class.
Yeah, he got dropped a game that put him into the central side against South Adelaide, and he was just awesome. I had no one to stop him.
Well, that's his 10th shot at goal. 4 goals, 6 he's kicked for.
1 out of the 4.
19 goals, 16, 130. Norwood 8-3, 51. The training post scoreboard, Ando. That is an absolute ROOT.
Yeah, it's one of those games that everything goes right, and for Roy Laird, that he just must be so happy of the commitment and still working hard. I mean, as you said, Roy, during that call, that there were 3 or 4 chains of handballs, and the players are still prepared to run, even though the scoreboard certainly tells that the game is certainly all over.
Sorry, Welch, it was a figure of speech. Neil Craig's favourite word when you got an absolute beating was exactly that, and that's what it is.
They've been outstanding tonight. You're going to be full of admiration for them. Centrals, they look primed, cherry ripe to perhaps make it 3 out of 4. It's a different team from last year, a bit more pace, and these guys having a real dip. Sainsbury trips over. Hobby tries to break about 8 tackles, got through 7 before he got the handball out. Tamlin now on the outer side. There's a left foot to the outer side. Hay comes after it. Thomas is there too. Thomas and Hay against the lone voice there of Turner. And the ball goes out of play, 65 out from goal. They need to really blow the siren, the mercy rule for the Redlegs, I think. 22 minutes, just blow the siren. nothing to gain now. 130 plays 51.
Yeah, margin 79 points. That's on the training post scoreboard. Boundary throwing on the outer side. Up goes Nicholas. Big quick kick comes forward by Gowans. Running out onto it is Dawes. See, that was good attack on the ball. Dawes now goes into the corridor. Mark's been taken by Tyson. Tyson pumps it inside 50. Bartamucci's been quiet. Gives it to Patful on his left. He's had a shocker. Last time I called him here against Sturt, he took the mark of the century right where he was, and I said, that's my boy. Now I don't even want to know.
No, you don't know. So what's his name?
Joel, isn't it? Fourth generation Hall. McLean now puts it into the corridor, and again, the defence. The defence of Central's led by Curry, and away they go on the outer side.
Well, he's certainly playing with a bit of spice to as they go away from the half-back flank. Big kick up towards Cowan. Everywhere you look, they've got players everywhere. It's a training drill now. And this is the side, as you know, kicked 36 goals against you last year, 36-4, and you can see why. They kick straight today, they'd have 30 goals. The kick goes back towards the centre. Very impressive, awesome display by the doggies. Now Arnott goes over the top. Numbers everywhere again. Player tries to break a tackle. They're good at doing that. Coulter to Swatala. He's been very good today. So's this man. Steinburner just finds his teammate. Gowans, they've been in everything. 55 possessions between the two of them. Here's Steinburner from 40. Hasn't put a foot wrong. Look at the finish there. Another goal to Central, and they got the 20 goals up 20-16. 136. Norwood 8-3-51 trading post scoreboard.
When actually Curry marked that ball, got the last on defence there, their players had already started running. They had backed to take the
I know they're going to get it.
And Steinburner has run searching from the back pocket to half forward as part of the chain to kick that goal. So they're running.
Scotty, I reckon Macca would be just disappointed. Norwood haven't given a yelp, but not at one stage did they look like getting back into the game. And normally in a game of footy, there's always a chance when you have 5 or 10 minutes of good footy.
Yeah, that's right. Mac will be looking for signs of a bit of a character now, but Norwood just haven't really shown that for last time.
Special comments, Scotty Boardways, Greg Anderson, and the margin in the earlier game, the Kangaroos by 3 points over Richmond. With Jason McCartney announcing his retirement, you'll hear it all on 5AA tomorrow morning. The margin here, 85 points. And Centrals have been far too good as Tyson gets a free kick on that outer side.
He's trying hard, isn't he?
He has busted his absolute boiler.
Dawes has been trying pretty hard.
And Dawes has been good as well as he gets the ball in the corridor now. Now goes inside 50. On the lead is McAtee's been quiet, but he wasn't on his bat Malone. Coming out now is Tamlin. There's my favourite player. Just gives it up. I'm not even going to say his name because I'm that dumb I can't remember it. Gives it up now to Sainsbury. He gets tackled. Coming in is Tamlin. Gee, at least they're showing a bit of courage now. In the bellman of the pack now is Bartamucci. He gets wrapped up. Ball up inside 50.
Scotty, though, the Gowans boys, they niggle a bit out of the ground. I mean, when they're winning, they just seem to be just in your face all the time.
They are. They're pretty vocal to opposition players and also to each other, which is interesting. But they're also great guys off the field, which is good.
That's the main thing. On the field, Robbie Neal now taps it up. Clements, can he get his third goal for the quarter? No, he can't. Curry grabs him.
At least he's shown some vigour, Clements. I reckon he's been good.
Well, you'd say Tyson, Dawes, Clements in patches has been okay. I think Brady James had his moments as the captain, so there's 4 good players, and all played well for the opposition. Bartamucci gets wrapped up again. Another ball up. Margin 85
Nitsky to half-time too, that was quite impressive.
He was good for a young kid.
Yeah, just a kid.
For a young kid.
The rest have had their pants pulled down. 40 up from goal, 2016
flapping in the wind.
to 8-3. Be cold out there with no pants, I tell you. The thumping tap comes down to Steinburner. Honestly, he has brought his own footy. Been tremendous today, Nathan Steinburner. I reckon he's another player, he should have played a bit more.
He's done nothing wrong, has he, Rolly?
He'd be VOT.
Yeah, I reckon he's
Opportunity is golden. Yep. That position is there.
Guerra, Steinburner, Graham for the first half was terrific, but I reckon those two, Swatala's been good too, and the Gowans boys, but which one? James and Chris have both been good. You're pretty safe just saying both played well.
Yeah, Chris has been very good tonight.
McLean now. McLean kicks up towards centre half forward. McEntee could see his name written all over the footy. Cochrane made that terrific recovery. Thought he's out for 6 weeks. He'd come back on after half-time. The hurry kick back towards half-forward. Wilson, that's a better fist. Covered 25 metres towards the boundary line. Now to Tyson. Tyson picks up in front of the 5AA sign. Cuts in board. Who's there? About 3 or 4 Central District players. A cheap free, and it's going to go to Chris Gowans.
Whenever there's a crumb, Scotty, the next man in is always a Central's player. They just work hard between the two contests, and they really get numbers to the ball, don't they?
They do. They're there for that big fist, which is, you know, what Centrals have been disciplined to do.
Guerra now, inside 50. He's had 10 shots at the sticks for 4 goals. 4 goals, 6 to your mind. They lead by 85. Central's been irresistible. Turner now. Can't get onto the ball. Davies now throws it up. Chock it off the ground, Thomas. They've done everything right. Karslake, he's got to play a free. That player's Bartamucci. The left footer turns inside on the grandstand side, puts it out in front of McIntyre marks. Geez, he needed to. 2 bites of the cherry, do you mind?
Get it forward.
40 out directly in front. McIntyre, the former Bay boy, 85 points to the margin. And if you've just tuned in, yeah, you're right. Centrals have absolutely sprayed Nord. And earlier tonight, the Kangaroos by 3 points over Richmond, and we've said it a number of times, it is a big story. Jason McCartney, Ando, announcing his retirement, an emotional retirement.
Absolutely fantastic by Jason. Have the courage to, to basically get back into AFL football. The road must have been just horrific for him.
Yeah, it's a slow process. He did a bit of work for 5AA Ando in Melbourne, and he's a terrific lad, and just his spirit and the way he's got about, got off his bum, and he's raising money for, you know, I mean, he's been through everything, but he's raised a lot of money too to help the people and the families from the burns victims. So well done to Jason McCartney. You've been going through the record books, Ando. This would be one of the biggest hidings I think Norwood would have had on their home turf for many years. I can't recall one as big as this.
It certainly seems to look that way.
Have you found it yet?
No, I've got more pages, Will.
I reckon it'll be a few. I reckon it'll be a few years.
Hey, don't hang your fellow workers out to dry.
Well, he's been looking through. There he is. He's going through some sort of.
It was the budget.
Ando, you won't find it there. What are you trying to do? The hurry kicked forward Centrals again.
He's him out to dry.
He's not going to find it there, Rowie. He won't be in there. Need the AFL media guide. Gowans now works it up towards full forward. Gowans to Arnott. And Arnott's biscuits is marked with the siren down. And it's all over for Norwood. Central District have been fantastic tonight. Take your hat off to them. Even Stephen Rose acknowledging that. And Simon Arnott will put the icing on the cake. It's been showcase time here for Central District. 40 out. And we went to put poor old Scotty Borlase through hell tonight. But Arnott's going to kick a goal, you think. Leans back, kicks the goal. And that sums up the night from Go to O Central District's night. It's been an absolute thumping. 21-16 to 8 goals for. 21-16 to 8-4. Terrific margin. I'd say a record margin. I can't remember the last time.
92 points, Wills.
Norwood have been beaten by this margin. Stephen, I don't think you would have been your time at Norwood, and certainly Scotty Ball.
We don't want to turn back the clock, but look, that's a very...
Ando could have found the record. I mean, give him one job.
It was a comprehensive win by Centrals. From quarter time, they were by far and above Ando, the best side on the deck, in every single aspect of the game. Skill, hunting, team, you name it, they were great.
I felt the first probably 5 minutes was, as you said, it was a great tug of war, Rowie, but there was a little patch there for about 10 minutes where Norwood played superb.